and obtaining more. Like, what's the distance between wanting and getting? You gotta have that shit within you. Yeah, niggas be leeches, looking big in somebody else section or in somebody else session. I've been telling all my bros, just don't confuse movement with progression, cause you can be going nowhere fast if you're not learning from your lessons. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like you gotta think, like even like Chris said, like if you're in the gym, you gotta think there's a certain energy you're getting from the music, because the music is feeding into your brain.
I know what to do.
Just another podcast. Shut that hell up. Just another podcast. Episode 119. On you which? Damn.
Wow. You ain't starting. No. Come on.
Right.
No, I said which. Okay. I was about to say what I was gonna say.
Good job.
Anyway, how y'all doing today? It's a little loud. Turn y'all down.
Tough.
Oh no, I'm in a good mood. That song, even though y'all didn't like it, and everybody that's listening to the audio, I'm sorry. These guys are disrespectful.
That song was ass.
They don't like Tory like I do.
We're telling the truth.
No, you're not telling the truth.
You're not pulling the come and see me anymore.
Mm-hmm. Are you?
He's a come to bed ass nigga now.
Yeah. It's okay. That's a blessing.
Don't indict yourself, bro.
It's growth.
In-house.
In-house.
No. I debunked in-house earlier. We're not doing that again. For everybody that's new, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Bling. That shit's over there somewhere. I ain't gonna mess with it.
Yeah.
B-Hood's behind the camera. Liddy's off camera today, but her face is beat to the gods.
Is it?
The demigods.
The demigods. That was the quick face. Quick face.
My man Willie Beam is in here. Brother Els. Chris Featherson. Make sure you say the Featherson. No, don't Kurt. Okay, frickin'.
We're trying really hard not to cut.
And I'm your host.
Guys.
The Louis Vuitton Don today, Deem the Great. Miss McLord.
You just gonna steal Ye's name?
McLord.
It's my name now, nigga.
There it is. Get off the couch.
We got
I'm your host, brother.
And as you can see, we in a good mood. We're gonna have a good show for y'all today. I'm not EPing it. Well, I'm always the executive producer, but
Kellen.
it's my show. But I let these.
Even let you EP without him saying.
Right.
Y'all have seen movies. They be
He's
8
like
executive producers.
I know he was like featuring EP, but wait, really,
Right.
I'm the EP. Like that. Like, my nigga.
Producer, executive producer.
You broke him in here in a blazer.
I'm with
I'm gonna die, yo.
That'd
You
be-
ever
I
wear
got a blazer in the car. I got a whole. You know, I just came from a wedding. You know what I mean?
You put on
That'd
that.
be tough.
Fresh too, boy. Fresh to death.
No,
How
I
y'all
like this
feeling,
shit.
man?
I like this.
Thanks, man. You know, I clean up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Where y'all want to start?
Man. I mean,
Oh, see all that Kellen shit go out the window.
seems like
Dang it! I cussed
seems
again.
like we got like the obvious to talk about. Like,
Yeezy.
I think we should just
Gotta
focus
be.
on those two words.
gotta be.
What's the two words?
We shouldn't take on cursing entirely, but let's work on those two words and see what.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. Okay, so I got one on that. I don't want to steal
Italian?
this. No, but
jar?
on the pod on one of them other pods, for whenever they say the B word or the N word, or they make it racist,
Can we do a quarter? I'm broke.
they gotta throw $1 in.
Can we do a quarter? That's more my budget.
Shut up, Chris. Where y'all want to start it, man? Some relationship stuff, some BS, some not relationship stuff. What y'all want to talk about?
BS.
We can start BS first. We can go there.
We always gonna pick BS.
Okay.
Oh, I love BS. She ready for the BS.
We're gonna start with this. I seen this clip on the gram. I added it to the list. It's a young lady saying that basically women say they want a man to be with just them monogamous, but all right. Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Always, but women be the main ones pushing for monogamy. And then when a bitch get in a relationship, you don't understand by asking this man to not fuck nobody else.
Dang.
By asking this man to not call nobody else. By asking this man to not look at another woman for none of his wants and needs as far as male to female. You are then saying, I'ma be whatever you need me to be, nigga. Because I don't want, but y'all don't understand that. Y'all just think that's how it's supposed to be because that's what the media and the movies and your man and them taught you. That's what y'all think. Y'all like, truth be told, if up front a bitch told you,
She said it, not me.
these are all the things you're gonna have to do, girl, in order to lock this nigga in like you want to, half of y'all wouldn't even want the nigga after that. But you never sit down and actually really consider what does it take to be fucking Ray Ray's girlfriend? What does it take to be Michael's wife?
she wanna be
Like,
a
what
Ray Ray?
type of demons do this nigga really got? What type of sex drive do he really got if he left every other bitch alone and only fucked with me? What type of things will he want out of me?
Preach.
Who want to follow that up?
Y'all be one a nigga that's rich and a freak and got a great personality, but it's low
she
key.
cooking.
Don't talk to nobody, but is a people person. But it's like y'all want all this shit. And girl, if you actually had to entertain that nigga nonstop by yourself, bitch, you be a circus monkey. The way you would have to suck dick on Tuesday, swing from the ceiling fan on Thursday, be always. But women be the.
First of all,
Preach.
react.
That was gospel.
What do y'all think?
I think she was 100% right. I think that's the issue we have with like traditional relationship constructs now is I think people go in looking for an outcome or starting with the end in mind without really understanding like all the variables that
work
go
that
into
gotta
that.
go into that, yeah.
100%. So like I do understand it goes both ways, but I do think that if people really understood what you're asking, like the main concept that I really agree with is when you're asking for someone to be monogamous or you're entering into a relationship, you are asking to say, hey, I want to be the person that's going to help stimulate all your needs and desires, or at least work towards them, right, through communication and through growth. But I think that some people don't really like comprehend that. I think they look at faithfulness as almost just a construct or like a rule to be in a relationship.
Bars.
I agree with that, Willie.
Go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead.
I just think people go into relationships with the wrong intention, bro. I think we lean to the far extreme of what we can get out of that relationship rather than what we can give to the relationship and how we can contribute to the relationship.
Right.
And then on top of that second part of what she was talking about, I think a lot of the times women, they don't think about what is attractive about an ambitious man is his drive, his aggression, his will to go get it. And now when you cut that off and you cage it to a degree, you gotta feed that beast now. You know what I'm saying? That's the very thing that attracted you, but now you have to keep it up. You bought the big ass Rottweiler, now you gotta buy the big ass 70-pound like bag of food
and the cage and
you know what I'm saying?
that vet bill and pick up that kind of dog.
So I
crap.
think they kind of like look at it like, oh, this he can go get it. He can go get it. He's ambitious. He's gonna want to come get it from you too. So you got to be ready to supply that. So.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for like half a second.
Please do.
All right, so on this pod, we subscribe to the fact that men control access to relationship, correct?
For sure.
All right, so if we control access to relationship, why don't we see that in the woman first? If we don't see those qualities in the woman that she can take care of everything, she's fucking me the way I want, she's fucking me how much I want, she's taking care of everything, she covers all bases of everything I'm wanting. If we don't see that, why are we giving access to a relationship at that point?
All right, I got you. One, I don't think there's devil's advocate at all. I think
me too.
that's
I
what
agree
should
with
go anyway. That should be the thought process of us anyway. And then for two, though, to answer
You
that
dick
question.
discipline dudes kill me now.
For two, though, I think a lot of women turn that freak on in the beginning because I think we've all probably been through that.
I agree.
They was sucking and fucking and doing all that stuff.
Y'all
before.
got him. Look, no, you said F and two twice.
I'm sticking to two words. I'm focusing on them two
No, I
words.
thought we said bitch and shit.
Guys, I just made a new rule. We're gonna start trying to curse less. It's a process.
it's a
We're
process.
learning. We're all educated. We can do it. It's not
Yeah.
hard. It's not difficult.
I was focusing on them two words though. Just
But that's why I said the first 10 minutes. Let's like try to.
okay, no, you're
Square it
right.
all.
You're right. Okay, and I think
Now-
when we first encounter these women, we're having sex to a high on a high clip.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh man, this is about to be forever. And no, it doesn't really end up like that. But there's a lot of elements to play into that.
Yeah,
See,
but
that's-
good.
No, that's why I always say that competition anxiety is healthy, right? Your girl knowing like, no, it's girls out here that they square. It's women out here that you're attractive to too. She wants to keep you. She's gonna compete. She's gonna make sure she turn that on for you. She should. I feel the same way about me. I know it's other dudes out here getting to the bag, getting to the gym, getting to all these things. I need to be on my square.
Right.
The best way to stay ahead of competition is to know you're always in competition.
Yes,
Always.
facts.
In any field.
Bars.
100%.
But I think to Elle's point, I think that's what's really weird. Like when you're out here dating, it's amazing how many women expect for you to like hop into a relationship with them rather quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're the nigga that doesn't do that, you're usually the outlier. To like Chris's point, niggas like especially weak.
I would have
guys-
$20 in this jar.
Yo, no, but wait, weak
Men.
dudes.
There we go.
Usually go out and get into relationships really quickly. especially because I think guys use relationships as a way to try to get a woman to like
Do
go
what
in the
they want.
house. Exactly. So what happens is, to Elle's point, like if you were really intentional about like saying, hey, I'm going to date this person to see if they can meet all these needs before I give them that relationship title, then you probably would reduce some of those like anxieties around, can you do this for me before I go monogamy? What happens is I see a lot of dudes lead with monogamy as a way to try to like infiltrate a woman's head.
I agree.
But
I don't think I've never been that type of dude.
No, but it happens a lot because
I'm
I'm
sure,
telling
yeah.
you, especially the weaker the guys like to try to go in and control through relationship.
Right.
So they like to go in and immediately say, yo, you're my girl. We're together. You go in the house, and then they'll still go off and cheat and do things that are not, of high integrity. Instead of saying, hey, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna date you, I'm gonna understand that you're gonna probably date other men, I'm probably gonna date other women, and then once I decide that this is somebody I want to go further with, I'm gonna lead in that discussion and try to take this woman into a certain spot where I know I can commit to and really uphold the standard of a relationship. Most guys don't do that. Most guys operate out of fear and scarcity.
And that's
That's
because
the
they wanna
opposite
compete.
of spinning plates.
That's
bro.
that's because they want to compete. That, like Deem says, like they know it's a competition out there. So in order to go around that competition, let me go ahead and lock you in now. So there is no more competition. There is no more dating. But they, like you said, they'll go outside the relationship
But-
in the same sense.
You know what's crazy too? I think it kind of proves Elliot's point about the relationship credit score. Off of what I said in general, like we act differently. Like some people act differently while they're trying to get the relationship. A lot of people
Yeah, that's
treat
the
the relationship
representative.
like it's the goal,
100%.
Right.
rather than that's the start.
But,
you know what I'm saying?
But if you're a dude and you're, in my opinion, if the more you have an abundance mindset and like Kadeem said, like you're really spinning plates out here, I feel like you already understand that women are gonna naturally tap into the guy that they like the most, regardless.
Okay,
Yep.
Willie, how can a man get that abundance mindset? Because I feel like I agree, but how can we get these boys to flip that switch?
To really focus more on their purpose and investing into themselves, because you'll naturally attract certain women just by being.
But is
on
that
your
going to
purpose.
help you create an abundance?
It will, because you'll start seeing how you start to attract women and how women experience.
Oh, you know,
you.
yeah, I feel you. Because
I'm
if you
with-
do
I'm
have,
with
if you're on your square and you
Yeah.
start feeling that energy, you start realizing like I'm not just getting the energy from one. I'm getting
getting
from here,
it-
here,
Yeah,
and it'll help you
He's
mentally.
not wrong at all.
You'll know the value you create, because I've been on both sides. And what I'm saying is, like, at the end of the day, once you have that mindset, you'll know that, hey, when I do give somebody a relationship title, or if I do give somebody that energy, it's valued out here because other women want the same thing. So
Facts.
you're not going to just go around giving it willy-nilly.
Facts.
And I think-
and I like that he just said that he's been on both sides, because most people act, especially up here on this YouTube crap, they get on here
Nah,
act
I'm
like
gonna
they've
get
been
on one
getting,
side.
they only been getting Jones for
I've been getting to the
life,
bag
yeah. since
I've
05.
been getting all girls since. No, come on.
You know what's
bro.
crazy though? I think it's obviously bigger than women too. Because when a boy goes out here and he's actually putting his hands in something and he's actually creating and attracting and accomplishing his goals, he can see like, oh man, I actually have power to create and to actually make things happen.
Yeah.
So when he's in a relationship, he probably is going to connect to that too. Like, I know I can go out here and attract these certain women if
Yeah.
me and you don't work. You
Right,
know what
absolutely.
I'm saying?
I always say, like, when I'm talking to, well, now y'all know where I'm at now, but that's a prerequisite. Being fine is not something special to me. That's part of the criteria.
Exactly.
Right? That's part of that mindset. Like, yo, there's a million. What Joe Budden say? For every bad Jones?
There's nothing they get tired of messing
Tired
with.
Come on,
Yeah.
man. That sounds crazy when you.
Right.
For every bad bitch, it's a nigga tired of fucking her. You can't water that one down.
Yeah.
But that's the truth. Once you know that,
But can I tell you though? Like, I will also say, like, for women, like, if I look on the other side, women get more understanding of the competitive nature of
As they get
top
older.
guys as they get older.
Yes.
So, like, I will say, as I've gotten older, how women show up as they've gotten older, they come in a lot more understanding that competitive mindset. Whereas before, when I was younger, they would come in on more of a like, I'm a woman, you should be wanting this, I'm giving you vagina, like kind of like.
but when they were 21,
princess
20 to
complex.
4,
Yeah.
25. Well, no, even then, they still getting the attention from the 35-year-old Willie.
right.
Yeah.
But
You know what I'm saying?
It's the opposite of that princess complex. I think the competition drives us too, because we're like, oh, we got to get, like, every man when we were younger is trying to get some women.
Right.
So we were like,
For
yo,
sure.
oh, I got one. I got to make sure like I
Yeah.
can keep her attention and keep doing this and keep doing that. So we're going to do whatever we got to do to do it. And then we compromise our morals, our integrity, a whole bunch of
Absolutely.
stuff sometimes to just
feel
keep
like
that
I
woman.
felt that way. When I was younger, I mean, obviously we all did we had a girlfriend, but once I was past that, you would be waiting for me for years. You would just be waiting.
I never really did
No,
girlfriends
no,
when
but
I was younger.
I think what Chris is saying is like, I mean, I'm sure none of you guys have, but a lot of men in their 20s and 30s have cheated on relationships.
No, we've cheated.
Right.
Come on, man. We keep it a thou out here.
So what I'm saying is, what he's saying is, you compromise your integrity because you have this. I got to go get mine.
Yeah.
You put them in the house. You're with her for 6 months, and the next thing you know, the first girl that give you attention at the gym, you sliding over there with her, and then you sliding over here with her, and then you're keeping this other girl at the crib.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is that, but if you really had that abundance mindset, you would have never been in that relationship to begin with, unless you truly believe that this is somebody that you wanted to be with long term and eventually marry.
Yeah. I feel that.
So with that being said, how long is too long to get in a relationship then? Because
What do
I
you
feel
mean?
like
How long is
with
too
my
long?
latest relationship, it was over a year.
I did a year.
So you know what I'm saying? But me now, I'm looking at it because I think as we get older, our criteria kind of changes, and it kind of gets to, it's heavier, but it's not as many items, and we talked about it before, but we know when somebody's right and when they're not, because I feel like, and then it goes to what you're saying, we cultivated that environment. So when they step into it, it's easy to evaluate just by
figure out if
this
it
placement
works or not.
alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's funny because this is like the inverse of like the dating dynamic as you get older. I feel like women are squeezed down the time because they realize that time is not on their side, so they try to force it earlier. Whereas if I've gotten older, I've extended the time because I know how serious that type of commitment
And you
is,
got more
and I
options.
do want to have integrity in any space that I hold. So like I'm actually more conservative, and women are more aggressive.
That's deep, because I feel like as we get older, when we were younger, the world wasn't as vast. It wasn't as big. Our understanding wasn't what it is.
Right.
And I think as we get older, I think that's why that is, because we understand better. The world is bigger. The abundance, like you said, is literally abundance, because we're like looking out into the world like, dang, it's all this stuff out here. But when we were younger,
Right.
it was
the other way.
just high school, whatever
Yep.
street you lived on, the mall, the proximity.
We was hype I live in Chesapeake and I know a joint at the beach. I was hype.
But women start to
Right.
understand, especially for the guys that they really like and that will actually do something. Because women will find guys that they like, and the guys will slide on them, and then they'll move on. But they'll start to realize the type of guys that they like that will actually potentially marry them actually slim down. So when they do have that person that's in front of them, they do get more aggressive after that because they realize it is scarce, especially in the black community. To find guys that hit certain criteria is rare that are single.
Yeah.
Because eventually a lot of those guys, even, like the guy out of Harvard, whatever the case may be, those investment bankers, there was already a jank
They get
already
snatched-
there
they
that already
snatched up.
snatched them up.
Yeah.
And then when you do find that guy, imagine a guy who's like already on his grind, has all those things, has all this money that's really on his stuff. At 35, he's single. You know how hard it is to break that guy down and get that guy roped in?
nah.
He's been selfish his whole life.
Yes.
And then it's just as simple as there are more women on the planet
Than
than
us.
men.
Yes. Period.
Facts.
That-
Let's get hold on. Liddy, you're a woman. Do you want to chime in?
Is
On
she?
some days.
Wow.
We're having a real
What is
thorough
the question? Is there a direct question, or am I just?
No, what are your thoughts on this discussion so far?
So I think that we kind of veered off the topic and then
Definitely.
we came back round. But basically, if we go back to the original topic about people being aware, not people, women being aware that you need to fulfill the needs of your person. Like, how many times I said on this podcast, you have to listen and learn how to be with the nigga you want to be with. Because what kind of sense does it make? Just think about it. Like, you have to be something he wants if you want him to keep you. What the fuck?
You gotta
know
be,
what I'm saying?
You gotta be consistent, yo.
That's
I think the clip was more so you like trying to be his everything. Like if you fully want a
Well,
man to be
That's what I'm saying. You
well
have to
vested
listen
and
and learn to
monogamous.
see what his everything. What does that mean?
But you know what, Lydia?
His everything
Man,
would
I
be
ain't
what?
even-
And then if you're a woman, you're in that competitive mind state. You're gonna make yourself into that if you really want to be with that person.
Can you really be a guy's everything?
I was.
you can't be any
the-
person's everything.
Well,
That's-
of course
really?
not.
But
But
I
you
swear.
get what I'm saying. You gotta
I'm
give the
listening to my-
effort.
I gotta give
swear
us.
I was
I gotta
waiting
give
for
us
it
some
to stop.
leeway. I don't think men are looking for women to be their everything. I'm gonna take it back to that
feel
word.
like men
again.
will accept
I think
a good
men.
about
like
to- I was saying that.
85%.
85 sounds amazing.
Right, y'all be
85
all right.
is great.
So
No,
if you can
but-
shoot for 85% of what he needs, chances are he'll lock
But
you
keep
up.
that 85% up
Consistent.
across the
Yeah.
board.
Right. Across
I think
the
we want the
board.
same
Yeah.
thing, y'all.
Not
want.
just for
You can't let it
first
drop to like
month.
48
Yes.
sometimes. And then
No,
get
what
back-
he's saying is you can't like if one of my criteria is I like you to be fit and on your, you can't
Right.
fall off.
You can't
over
fall.
there.
That's what I'm saying. You can't fall
Yeah,
off. You can't let it drop to
Yes.
48. You can't
Right.
do that. It's got to be across the board.
The same way you want me to
Consistently.
keep my job and keep money flowing in.
Exactly.
The same way I want you to
Right.
keep certain things a certain way.
But you know
Yeah.
what? It's what
We
you
supposed to
said,
do
and
it.
we can
You're an
get
adult.
ready to the
Right.
next clip. But there's one thing I did in therapy. Black men therapy is great.
Every black man, you should be going to therapy.
100.
So,
Hey man, tell your dog to holler at me, bro. I called him, he ain't called back.
no, I'm definitely gonna hit him up.
Please.
But look, but it goes back to what Chris said. I think that if you were to, at the stage that you're willing to give access to relationships, to what Lydia said, if you were to write down your top 5 values, and you say, hey, these are the things I value in a partner, she shares what she values in a partner, and if you really see that there's at least alignment, or there's someone that says, hey, I can uphold those values, I think you can maintain that 85%, because the Kadeem said, and you can't be nervous to share. If you're saying that, hey, one of my values is for you to be, at your best physically, spiritually, mentally, then a year down the road, if you veer away from that and I come to you and say, hey, I told you this is one of my values, and you directly went against that.
You accepted the terms of the agreement.
Yeah, but that's really what it is. A relationship is still an organization. It's still a covenant that you guys are sharing, even as boyfriend and girlfriends. And so what I'm saying is I do think that we don't ask that question. Like, I had never been in a relationship in my life where I sat there and said, hey, before we go together, can you write down what you value? Because I know if we would have done that, I would have avoided some relationships.
Yeah.
And you almost got to do it blindly. You almost, I'm not going to tell you what my values are.
Right.
I'm just going to ask you, and we write them down, and then we swap, and we see if they align.
Right.
Because I think a lot of times we tell, I want this woman so bad, right? She tells me that she likes a man that works out, a man that plays basketball, a man that works here. I'm going to go make sure I can fit that, but it's not in me, it's on me at that point. So I can't really maintain it to a degree. I can get a year in. I can get a year in and be like, oh man, this shit is heavy.
I agree.
I don't really like basketball like that.
And you're not good.
Right.
You gotta get picked up in the court.
But you know the last part? You know when it gets the heaviest? When you're done fucking her.
What? I missed it.
It's the
What?
truth.
I know it's the truth.
Expand upon that.
No, once you're tired, like, okay, this shit is cool, but we kind of got to a point where it's like,
you got what you wanted out of it.
yeah,
Okay,
now it's like that. Now I'm doing stuff to maintain something. Then it's
Chris just said that, like in the beginning, he said it more nicely, like, hey, I want her, but you're being driven by external factors. You're being driven by this idea of wanting to connect with her. A year down the road, you done already had her 365. You know, I mean, something like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I do think that certain things that didn't annoy you in the beginning when she used to get up in the morning and sing and shit like that. Like now, a year in, you're like, yo, that shit's fucking annoying.
But that's when foresight comes into play, and I think we have to utilize that, because I think a lot of times men, we subconsciously confuse the want to get in that box with one and her.
he was trying to find a word.
Right.
He was like,
I was struggling. But
Chris is right.
I think even sometimes we don't even realize it till after we do it.
No,
We're
bro.
like, oh man, and this is the honest to God truth, because I've been there
Post-nut
before.
clarity.
We'll be like, yo,
I don't really like her like that.
I don't
really want to do
But
this
it's not even
anymore.
post-nut clarity. Like when I talk to women, I could literally chart the relationships. I believe, and I haven't put all the data together. Most relationships out here last between 6 to 12 months, and it's like an inverted U curve. The guy wants to get with you and fuck you half the year really high, and he'll go through ups and downs. He's with you every day, and he's just blaming. And then at that like top of that U curve, he's like, oh shit, I'm kind of like used to fucking now. And then he sees another person that he wants to fuck, and then he stops calling you as much. He stops coming over.
It starts
as much.
that other you with the other person.
Exactly. And then you start saying like, oh my God. And then when I asked the girl, like, what happened with you and him? Like, he got annoying. He didn't call me as much. His consistency was off. Yeah, of course. The other bitch had entered in. That's what happened.
And I think it comes to our, like you said, our values. I think at a certain point, the cheeks are a little too higher than they should be.
100%.
Yes.
And when you have certain other items that become heavier as you get older and your world expands, I think it makes it easy for you to hold on to that woman, because you're like, yo, I can't find it. She's loyal. She does this. She does that. I would rather just stay here rather than going to dip into something that we've dipped in 50 times. You know what I'm saying?
I think as we get older, I think you realize like how often you can get cheeks and like how unimportant. Like I can get this. So I'm looking for, if I'm out there, I'm looking for something else.
Substance.
Like something else that can keep me there. Like what else do you have other than just cheeks or sex? Like what are you giving towards my life?
No more empty calories.
Right. Like what are you bringing towards my life?
Is
Like,
she really funny?
really funny? Am I just
that shit wasn't funny that you laughed at the first time when you got now it's like you straight facing.
Like, that shit was weak.
Corny. You're terrible at
Right.
this.
Like that stepbrother joint when they was in the interview with the suit. Now them suits just a little fucked up. Yeah.
For real, man. That's their ass though.
No, that's one of my favorite movies.
That's real though.
Hilarious.
Okay, so y'all good. Look at y'all came to pod. Don't make me cry. I'm about to cry. I didn't have to produce the whole episode. We've been rolling.
But you say you don't cry as much.
We
man.
almost at 250,000 on this shit, man. What he said? Don't whisper out here, man. What he said? What did he say?
Honey kicking in.
Oh nah. But I'm gonna let y'all know we ain't pushed back from the gate yet though.
Okay.
I'm gonna let y'all know when we about to take off.
Bet.
For sure. That's when it's gonna get real funny. Is sex owed in a committed relationship? So kind of to piggyback off what we were just talking about, right? Is like if you with somebody, do they owe you that physical
Depends on what
interaction? I got a clip. I got a clip. Let's hear it. And I don't know whose clip is this. This is gonna make me mad. I know it already.
That same grace when she says, I don't necessarily owe you my body. Yes, sex is needed in a relationship between a man and a woman. Men can say, you just said earlier, what if a man says, I don't want it? Well, I guess he doesn't want it. I can give you that grace. But when you go around here and you become possessive over what you think belongs to you, then I need to start picking out what I think belongs to me, because my body is not yours. So yeah, I can give you sex because that is an agreement. We've agreed to give each other love, sex, commitment. But give me grace if I fall short, and I will do the same for you. But if I can't have grace and I need to suck your dick and you every day, then I need them bags. Money. Give me money.
She just kind of shot herself in the foot with that.
I don't know. Yo, you guys produced this. I'm going off of what you put on the list. So if you put something that I already put on the list on the topics, that's on you guys.
I think we.
I'm almost certain I have, Willie, because I watch every episode multiple
played it
times.
last time.
But still, is it old? We still back
Did
here.
we flesh that? Did we flesh that out on the other episode?
I don't
think we
remember
did.
which episode it was.
I'm just gonna say you don't own anybody on this planet. Period. Not even your
Not
kids.
own.
But you're married, so do you feel? Are you
I
like
don't think it's an obligation.
okay?
I disagree.
That's her choice. No,
Can
but I'm saying I only say that, Elliot, because there's an out. Like you can choose not to. You can do whatever you want to, but I can also choose to do what I want to do too.
Facts.
So if you choose not to do what you want to do with your body, I'm gonna choose what to do with my body, and that might be walking out the door.
I'm with you. I'm rolling on that. But
Okay.
I feel like
Here-
inside the construct of
to make
of a
it work,
marriage,
to keep
to
it
make
going.
it right. I think it's old, bro.
that's a different question.
I really do.
But isn't that go back to what we just talked about, right? Like, and not necessarily owed, but doesn't it go back to values? Like when I talk to a woman, if I'm about to get in a relationship, or even if I was married, and I do think I'm probably rare. I think sex for me is in like my top 2 values.
Top two?
Yeah, top 2. Because I have a lot of reasons behind that, but I do think that sex is one of those things that differentiate me and my girl versus me and like a friend or something like that. So like when we start talking about like sex is supposed to be one of those uniquely things that
Connections.
connects
Yeah,
us.
for sure.
So when that starts to deprecate for me, that starts to erode kind of like the things that I think the relationship should be built around. It's a connection.
Yeah.
It's a
So
culmination.
You're right.
of things.
Yeah. So for me, if I tell you sex is a value for me, and then we start not to do that, then to Chris's point, then I should be allowed to then say I want to exit the space because
sure.
now we're not holding the value that we created. But is it owed? No. But am I allowed to then say, hey, you decided with knowledge to withhold something that I value, therefore I'm allowed
So
to
she's
withhold.
voiding the terms
Yeah,
and
and
conditions.
honestly to me,
therefore it's owed.
but to me, once you have done that, to me, you've already made that decision that you're probably deciding to void the relationship. Because I do think, again, in my graphical analysis, as sex starts to erode in a relationship.
We gotta see this chart.
Right, no, I'm serious. Like, we're already falling
Hey, bro,
apart.
We're gonna post
we
the
gotta,
chart.
no, we gotta get, bro. No, we gotta get you a gyration. Real talk. We gotta get you a gyration.
If he gets up and starts drawing on
No,
this,
we
I'm
need
leaving.
that.
No,
we need
No,
that.
100%. But if you really
Willie
think about
starts
it,
drawing graphs and colors.
Let him finish.
real rap.
Go ahead, bro.
There's very rare times, and you guys can answer this even as boyfriend and girlfriends, and I know the marriage studies say this, that sex is a proxy to healthy relationships.
It is. No, I agree.
So there's how many times have you just broke up with a, and it could be like maybe in those early stage toxic relationships where y'all are just fucking. But I'm talking about real relationships. Usually the sign of a relationship start to wane is with our intimacy at least changes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the same. Maybe you guys are still fucking, but maybe you're just bending her over in the bathroom and then going to work. But sex has a very strong proxy to me to healthy relationships.
See, that's why I know though it's the word owed. That's really what throws because it has
That's
to
what I
happen.
wanted to say.
Yes. Go ahead,
Can we
get your
talk
go ahead.
about for women how the fact that any time that I start to feel like, someone thinks they're obligated to do anything or owed sex, like she was talking about, this is my body, and if my body is tired and I don't want to put my coochie on you, then oh the fuck well. However, the fact that you think I owe you my pussy makes it dry up. That's not, because then I'm having sex with you because I think I have to, because if I don't have sex with him at least 3 times a week, he's going to leave me. Like, what the fuck is that? That's not sexy. That's not a sexy thought. Does that get the pussy wet? No.
Wait,
it doesn't.
Hold on. Can I react to what you're saying?
Please do.
Are you? I think it's just obligation versus opportunity. I think that's something that I am grappling with in my marriage. I think
feel that.
a lot of the times we
Opportunity.
think like, oh, I'm obligated to pay these bills to provide this for my family. I think we should look at it as I have the opportunity. I have the opportunity to provide for these people. And I think women should look at it as I have an opportunity to make this man feel good. And I think a lot of the times y'all don't really, I think we look at sex different. I think men, when we get sex, when a girl is going down on us and she's doing all this stuff and she's acting like this, like y'all do in the beginning, we're like, yo, she really fucks with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the times when your man grabs you, hugs you, kisses you on the cheek, tells you he appreciates you, is you be like, yo, he really fucks with me. And I think we just look at it's the difference that we kind of grapple with in our relationships, and I think you should look at it as opportunity.
I just look at it when you say opportunity, I just start thinking of like, you know, seeing us going through sleep regression, this, that, and the third. And Willie's point, it's a time for us to connect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, there are times where it's like, yo, let's go in the closet right quick while she's on the bed watching Gracie and pump one out. But then it's like, I'd be like, no, I need the full experience too. Like, I need that connection with you. It keep us tight, it keep us going. And I mean, I don't know, man. Because sometimes you just be beating them down, and they just love you for that.
It's a perspective, you know. The perspective got to switch, and that's on both sides. And I think you got to switch with women sometimes.
And I mean, honestly, though, like, even, like, the whole idea of, like, to Lydia said, is, like, if a woman even feels like that, if they don't even have that desire, I don't know, man. Like, to me, that's already, like, a relationship that's on CPR. Like, the time when a woman stops wanting to do that, like, that's, I don't know. Women, I feel like, can keep the sexual energy in a monogamous relationship even longer than a man can sometimes. So I just feel like if a woman really got to a point where she's looking at her man and she don't have that desire, I'd be like, yo, y'all need
You got to go. We have to
not just
break
that.
apart.
Like, it's probably also something that you could do as well. Like, there's something that's not getting the pussy wet. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was literally.
But to Willie's
maybe she needs to talk to you about something. Maybe you're not listening to her enough. Because if I feel like we're not, you know, we're not as close as we should be, or you know, I'm not laughing as much or whatever the fuck, but it's fixable. Like, all I need you to do is spend more time with me or something like that. Magical how that would fix the pussy wetness problem.
I think okay.
We are failing at this vocabulary test.
Oh, you said it's been more than 10 minutes.
Lydia, I think we have to put this in the scope or the vacuum of a healthy relationship. So with what Willie is saying,
but
I get what Willie is. I get what both of y'all are saying.
There's something wrong.
No, I agree. I agree that sex is the culmination of healthy ingredients, right? And if we're talking in the scope of a healthy relationship, we should already have open communication. So with him, what he's saying is, if you let us get to a point where
we're not
sex ain't happening, then we're not communicating enough.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm saying, then do that, and then you will fix it.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna hold you to, like, even when you saying it out loud. Like, for me, like, a woman telling me like, you're not doing certain things, so it's not making me aroused. Like, I don't, that doesn't like make me lean in. That almost makes me lean out. Like, this idea, like, that's like to Chris's point, like, he said something about bills. Like, I don't get to be like, look, man, your performance last month was really terrible. This whole bill
Give her a
thing,
review.
Like, we can't do that, right? We still got to maintain the obligation of the relationship.
I'm a challenge.
Okay,
I
but
think,
I'm just saying.
I think what Willie's
Feeling like
saying
I have to have sex with you is not a sexy thought.
But there's certain things that we
That's
as
what I'm
men,
saying.
we're saying there's certain things as men that we don't feel super sexy, but we still feel like we got to show up in the relationship, and we still want to continue to, like, do things to make our family happy, even in light of other things that may not be going well.
Willie, that may have to stop. I think as men,
Vicky.
we
I was
take
trying to see if she wanted to call in.
on the bigger piece of the pie just because as men, that's what we're made to do. But in that same vein, I think we force stuff a little bit. And we like, oh, I got to do this. I got to. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You can tell her, I don't feel like doing this anymore. I don't feel like I am being appreciated. I don't feel like my energy is being reciprocated.
I totally agree, Chris.
So-
I'm on the first of the month, I'm gonna be like, look, I wasn't really feeling.
But Willie, this is a PSA for all men because
Yes,
I feel like we
PSA.
have a very bad thing going on with black men where we're dying at 50. Like, our life expectancy is 55, 60. And that's ridiculous. I think it's because a lot of men feel like they're stuck and they have to be there for the family. They got to do this. They got to do that. And to a degree, I agree. You do have to do that. But speak up, yo. Vent. Be like, I don't feel like I'm being reciprocated. I don't feel like I'm being appreciated in the way that I should be appreciated. Not in the way you think I should be appreciated. I don't want to hear you say it. I want to see you do something. See
Action.
you do something.
Yeah.
So start speaking up to your woman, to your family. I am doing this, that, and the third. I need y'all to do this, that, and the third for me because it's important to me. Because if I'm not feeling filled up or fulfilled, I'm not going to be able to go do what I need to do for y'all. It's a cycle. It's a whole environment that the family is. Y'all feed me, I feed y'all. That's
Facts.
it.
Agreed.
That's 100,000 on the reel.
Yep.
Yeah, he's definitely he wanted the clip.
Oh, I was looking like, yo, clip it up. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up, Chris. I told Vicky she could call in if she wanted to. Vicky, what up?
Did she call?
No.
Ain't Vicky, she about to pull up, ain't she, soon?
Yeah, next month.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to, we stay right here. We still talking about sex. Average head and great sex, or great head and average sex.
Say
Do I
that
need to
one.
play?
Great sex, average head, boom. It's done.
I'm asking. It's a
Said
clip.
great
Of,
sex,
it's,
average head.
it's a clip attached to it. Do y'all
Okay,
want to hear the
go
clip
ahead.
first?
Okay.
All right, let's spin the clip first.
So you want to hear the clip first?
What's up, guys?
Hold on. I got to start this over. She's one of the more plus size, full figure women, and I've heard. I don't know
She's
because y'all.
sucking dick good.
Chris beating too.
Oscar
That's what I
Mayer.
heard. I don't know, but I know Chris don't discriminate.
I just feel like that's.
I feel like that's a rumor.
I had to say the topic.
I feel like it's like a stereotype
Right.
almost because she's gonna say
Have y'all
being
ever
off
been
the
with a big block?
bone.
Have y'all ever been with a big block?
The only girl that I no, I haven't. I haven't.
I
But
gotta ask that question. I gotta
no,
ask.
but listen though,
I haven't.
Caitlyn before I met her was a little bigger. To what I was told, I've never known. I would have to put her up there.
Go ahead, bro.
You
Go
niggas
ahead.
some nasty work, man. Nah, I'm gonna play it. I just wanted to put that out there because I looked on the clip and I was like, okay, she's
She was like an Amazon.
that's different.
That don't count.
Yeah,
All
that
right,
don't
cool
count.
then. All right, cool.
That don't count. She's an athlete. She played volleyball or something.
No, for sure.
She was tall or
She
something.
was
Yeah,
thick.
that
She
don't-
was th-
that's
she
a
was
treat.
thick.
Yeah.
No, you was
Nah,
with it.
No, she
That's
was-
what it
She was
sounds like.
thick, bro.
She picked you up.
Wait.
Nah.
Yeah, her picking you up is crazy.
Bro, I tried to knock off it in a car. That shit would not work.
Oh, because she was too.
Bruh, her car was way too
Frustrated.
small. I was like, can
All right, I'm gonna play the
Can we
clip.
stop?
we just get out?
What's up,
Nah, that's when you open the door. Put the hands
guys?
on the
This
hands.
video is for you. And again, let me do my normal disclaimer. If you do not want to hear any sexual content, it's time for you to scroll, and the time to do that is now.
She got one of them black Jesus.
Okay, so
fortress in the
fellas,
background.
in the background.
this is a question for you, and
Jesus watching?
it's pertaining to dating. You know, when you're dating somebody, you feeling them, you go through the talking stage, right? And so it's been times where I've been going through a talking stage with a guy, and he'll say, okay, you know, I want to just go down on you. I don't want you to do anything. That's all I want. And it's no harm, no foul, because I might not be ready to go there. But if a female was just to ask you, you know what, I'm not ready to go all the way with you, but I'm feeling you just that much to where I just want to do that, nothing else. And that's what she means. Would you look at her differently?
No.
It's a great head.
Wait, hold on, time out. Are we about to get into our? I'm going to call these segments dick clout.
No, this is not a dick clap.
Is this a
feel
dick
like
clout
I
segment?
coined that.
You definitely did.
That's y'all.
No, you niggas talk about y'all
No,
dicks.
you are lying. You are a participant. You
I never
you might be the leader.
No, it's
Oh my god.
I get put into this.
dick clout.
I never
All right, but
subscribed to that.
let's go back to the question. It's great. It's great head and good sex, or great sex and good head.
I'm like that was what she was.
What
No,
was the-
well,
No,
well, that's
no,
the
but
question
how-
they
it
put
was
on
a
the
tie- it was
list.
a tie-in.
That's what they put on the list. Let's start with her clip.
Okay.
Yeah, first of all, have y'all ever just been with a chick and been like, yo, I just want to go down on you? That wasn't your girl. Like, that was like you was trying
No,
to get in.
no.
That's basically,
I never
let me
done
put the
that.
tip in 2.0.
Well, but because
I agree,
right, you're
but I've
right,
never
you're
done that
right.
shit.
and if
So-
you go down on her and she don't want you to
Wait,
hit, you're
you a
whack.
wait. So we're
win
not.
is a
We're,
win.
That's what I'm saying. We're excluding like 15, 16 years old.
No, man. what?
I'm asking.
No, it's a
Yes.
grown up.
Okay, no.
You did that, Willie?
Like, it's-
Yeah, that's when my girl was a virgin. I had to.
no.
I had to.
Wait, does this exclude like
She was a virgin.
So you exclude or you went down and then like she just like, oh, I don't want to go too far. Like does
Yeah,
that,
she was a
does that
virgin,
exclude that?
and you know when you and all of us have been in a
No,
relationship with
I'm
a
a
virgin,
ride.
haven't
I'm
we?
a ride. I'm gonna get on the bus with
Thank you.
No, I
Willie.
no, I did it too.
Willie.
This was some high school
Have you
shit, but I
ever
did do it
wondered?
too.
Have you ever wondered if she was lying?
No, she wasn't.
No, yeah, she
we were
wasn't.
young. We
Yeah,
were
she
really
wasn't.
Put your finger in there and see.
Yeah,
Search for the hymen or
bro,
something.
we were together for 2 years.
Yes.
Like, how you know for sure?
Evil Chris.
No, I was about to. You said evil Chris. He called me evil Chris.
Chris is like, she was lying for 20 years. He's a matter of fact, I know her.
Look, what was her name?
What's her name?
What was her name, nigga?
I fucked her March 17th, 2003.
He like, let me get out my book. What's her name? Nah, she was lying, bro.
Fuck you, Kadeem.
Yeah, when you went down on her.
Fuck you for grabbing the notepad, bro.
Man.
I saw you walking out the house when I was pulling up.
After the pod, hey, what you lying?
I saw you leaving the house when I was
Okay.
pulling up.
Exactly.
Okay, but to answer her, so okay, I'm gonna roll with Willie. As a kid, I wouldn't do that shit as an adult.
Hell
I did do
no.
that as a kid because
She
she
was
was
a
a virgin.
virgin. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying-
And fingering God was all right. I'm trying, and she
trying.
wouldn't even suck my dick. She was so scared.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she would
Thank
like
you.
look at it like
That's a no
I don't know
go.
what to
Damn,
do.
That's a no. You gotta go.
I ended up cheating. I ended up cheating on her, man. I did. I feel
Yeah,
bad.
of course you did. Why wouldn't you?
The girl was Miss Virginia though.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Cheated with.
Yeah, that's fine.
Trifling.
Yeah. No, there's no way you can stay around here. I'm not getting anything out
Yeah,
of it.
and I wasn't a virgin.
To answer
What?
this
Oh, sorry,
question,
Oh, that's double points. I'm not a virgin.
Yeah, I wasn't a virgin.
Yeah, you're wilding.
I wasn't.
So it was like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
out.
you was a predator. That's what it sound like.
Yo, Chris is look. He has to be stopped. Evil Chris. Risk.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Like that,
Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a real question.
Ruined my childhood.
Let me ask y'all a real question. Have you ever hit her with yo? Come on. You ever hit her with that?
You trying to entice it?
What else do you say after yo? Come on, nigga.
Have you ever hit her with that?
See, look, no, Chris, I'm not that cool.
Have y'all ever hit her with the yo? Come
Sure.
on after the no?
That's just the tip. That's basically the same thing.
No, I wasn't straight to just the tip.
Why were we? No.
How did that
Think
work?
about
How did it work?
No,
Yeah,
think
I'm
about.
saying, how do we get that off?
Think
just
about
the
how-
tip. Like how dumb.
I was about to say something crazy,
No,
but it
how
was Dick
thirsty.
Cloudy. So
Bruh, just you sound like a fiend,
come on,
bro.
just- come on,
the
just a
tip.
little
Come
bit.
on, let me just come on.
Please.
when you 16,
I mean, yeah, we kind of are thirsting at that.
yeah, thirsty
Yo.
as fuck. You know what I did?
Can I just look at it?
Bro, when I was in high school, my girlfriend in
show
high
you mine,
school
you show
had
me yours.
hold up, story time. My girl, and I'm scarred by this because I have a daughter now.
Yeah.
My girlfriend in high school had some pajama bottoms that she like ripped a hole in the bottom and would come in the office.
God.
Dad be in the living room watching TV, sit on my lap, and I'm in there clapping cheeks. He's in the next room. That's what we was risking
Why the
it for.
fuck are you sitting on? Why is my daughter sitting on your lap?
And this is why
sounds like a film I
fathers act the way that
See?
they act.
Oh no, I told you I'm scarred. I'm scarred.
So what happens?
Feel bad for y'all niggas.
I
I'm
don't
sitting
wanna
in
get-
between them.
I
I'm
don't
sitting
wanna-
right there.
Feel bad for
I
you.
don't want to get off topic. I want to answer the clip. I feel like if a chick wasn't ready and she just wanted to give me head, I would accept it. But I think that's different from the.
I would accept it too, but if the head was whack, I probably would stop talking to her.
But that's
You don't wanna
crazy.
coach it?
We don't
You
see
don't
the
wanna coach
diamond in the. That's what I'm saying. We
You're
don't
a
see the
coach.
diamond in the rough.
You're a coach.
Coach, man.
You are a coach.
You are a
Damn,
coach.
but nah. I mean, you talking about at 35?
You don't want to build a bear?
What are we doing today?
Yo, don't think about that, yo. Think about that, yo. Come on, yo, fellas, young fellas. She's not gonna have experience in sex when you first start, y'all.
Yeah, but I've already experienced Gawk 5,000. I don't want to go back.
No.
I think
That's an
I think we really scarred
opportunity.
Willie, though. Look at Willie right now.
No, my
Willie's crying, bro. Why are you crying?
No, she lied. No, she lied. That's what happened.
That's crazy.
She lied.
He's sitting there thinking like, he's like,
Wow.
he was like, from the beach. Chris is from the beach.
When you edit this shit, watch Willie. Willie's on the side of the couch like this for like 5 minutes.
Willie was like, no, Willie was like, Willie was like, yo, I was down there for 40 minutes. What the fuck?
jaw locked and everything. Hey, Willie is hard, bro. Watch the
hold on.
Watch the film back.
Yo,
Watch.
what's y'all?
He's sitting there thinking about them nights where he was just down there.
Let me.
Did she reciprocate at least, man?
No,
Damn!
really burning, but
nobody ever
man.
gonna talk about
That's crazy.
that darkness that we're in while we're there. No. What's y'all's move when it's just taking a little too long?
I don't know, man.
Oh, she's sucking my dick?
No.
When you down there.
You eating, you know what I'm
What's
saying?
y'all go-to tongue pattern when it's just like, yo, I need a bridge. You know how I need a bridge. I need a movement to while I gather
What you want to do,
my
man,
energy.
you take your hand.
You mean while your neck is
pull
hurting?
that skin back over the
Right, there you go.
Get that clitoris out there for you. It should be, yes, it should be out there for you. It should be swollen already. And go.
Swollen is hard. Let's talk about that.
I avoided hard on purpose.
Let's talk about that. You take us away.
I do have a question. I do want to go back to the original question though. So like first and foremost.
No, we had an hour in. We good now.
Great sex, good head, or great head and good sex. Like would you be inclined to stay with someone where their head was just fire, even if the sex was alright?
I need the sex to be fire.
Yeah, the sex
Yeah.
is fire.
I'd rather.
I don't even know
I
how,
can
if
coach-
the
I can
head is
coach the
fire,
head.
how can the sex not be fire?
I feel like
nigga.
I feel like that's definitely can happen.
It definitely can
This is
happen.
a what if question.
Trust me.
100%.
Trust me.
100%.
But if the head is fire, that means I done bust a nut, and I'm back in it.
Yo,
so
so I got
I'm
a
already at peak sensitivity.
So
how
I got
can
a
it
question
be?
though? Can you? Chris said you can groom a girl's head game.
Yes, you can.
Oh, for sure.
You want to walk us through those steps? Go ahead, Chris.
No.
You gotta know what works for you first. You gotta know what works for you. Yeah, it's for you.
But let me ask y'all a
customized.
question. What makes the sex
Dick
whack?
clout.
What makes the sex whack? Is it all vagina or is it her?
It's interaction.
Okay.
Like
Is it-
if you just laying there stiff, like, and I'm just doing all the work, that's whack.
That is whack.
That's
It's
whack.
a little bit of both.
If I tell you to get on top of you all stiff and shit, that's whack.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that.
You don't got no special moves. I got special moves.
Not just.
I got
rude, but
go-to
I do think
moves.
vagina has
Y'all
something
getting
to do with
fucked? Y'all getting fucked out here? She rolling you over and shit.
I ain't got rolled over, but I definitely
I ain't been
been
rolled
fucked.
over. Definitely been fucked up.
You felt her motion to like roll you over, and your ass went with her push.
I remember one time when I was low key depressed. No, I ain't gonna say low key. I was depressed, and then Shorty came over. She fucked me. She left. I wanted to cuddle, and she left.
You lifted butt.
She left.
Were you more depressed after that?
I was just like,
Did you feel used?
I was like,
She left the money on the dresser.
she was just like, all right,
You
we'll see you
wanted
later.
to
And
cuddle?
I was just like, oh, okay. That shit was warm.
So
Too.
what you about to do?
I shouldn't be.
Was the pussy warm?
God damn it. Hey, everything
not a
I say
good
on the
thing.
radio is for the radio.
Yo, I looked that shit up on Google. Warm pussy is not a good thing. That means something's cooking in there.
Fuck up, Chris.
All right. You was extra itchy that week. You was wondering why.
I wasn't itchy.
What?
Wrist feathers.
Did you have some of this honey, nigga?
But no, real shit. Hot pussy is not a good thing, yo.
Hot. They're hot, steamy.
I said warm.
Warm
No.
pussy ain't a good thing.
I think Chris is
supposed to be
saying
body
he
temperature.
has red.
He's been burnt.
No. What Chris is saying he is red
what?
online on
We are
Wikipedia.
warm-blooded.
There's an
What are you
actual
talking
temperature
about?
by which
Yeah,
pussy
not
needs to
warm
be.
Stay
at.
Alpha Web MD.
Look it up.
No, nigga.
Look it up.
You look it
My
up.
nigga
I did.
My
That's
nigga's
what I'm
a
telling
dog
you.
different one
Warm,
than D.
warm pussy is bad. All right, don't worry about it.
nigga-
Look it up.
So okay, average
Why
head
y'all doing
or
that?
and I mean good head, average
I
sex.
already said good head. I'm sorry, good sex. It got to be good sex.
Good sex for sure.
Great sex, for sure.
Good sex. I'm
Lydia,
I said it first.
yeah, she
great
did.
sex.
The dick gotta do what it's supposed to do.
Do you think you can train a guy to have a dick? Like if he has all the equipment, like it ain't small.
Okay.
Like he just don't know what he's doing.
He don't have no swivel in the hip.
Yeah, he ain't got no hip movement.
How
like,
important is size though? First, because he said something.
Shit.
What about
It's
shape,
important,
Lydia?
but I'm not like a
Yo,
size.
what
lady.
in the world?
No, we got.
I don't like talking about dicks with you.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Lydia, hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on, y'all.
Go ahead.
Hold
Say,
on.
my dick is so beautiful. Da 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 all day.
Lydia, hold on. I think we talk about size enough. Look, does shape matter?
Lord have mercy.
Does shape
okay,
matter?
all vaginas are different. Some people's vagina got a right angle in it, so if you curve
Yeah.
to the right, that
Yeah.
works.
A right angle.
No, I agree with her. No, seriously.
Right?
Lydia
Is it
just dropped
obtuse or
gems.
acute?
No, she
Right?
just dropped gems. Sex is all about angles.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all about
right.
angles.
So you can train a dude to hit your angles. You can help him with the swivel in the hips. You might have to teach that nigga how to dance or something because some niggas just don't have the hips. Is not they be lying. But
Get your Shakira ball.
No, I'm sick of y'all in these puns, man.
They collabing. They collabing. They sending notes. Who wrote
I got a
that?
question. I got a question. I seen something about a G spot and an A spot. Is that real?
This nigga is
there's
really
all
doing
kinds of
research.
different vagina spots.
They said the E spot is
Gotta-
the A spot is like deep
It's
inside.
like
the vagina.
where are you shooting at? Like Which angle you want?
They said the G spot is like when you go
different.
up. You already know the G spot is like on the roof. Go up, right?
yeah.
They say there's an A spot like deeper in there in the crevices. Is that real?
Yeah.
Okay, damn.
There's all kinds of spots in there. You gotta go.
I'm about to say you ain't back there, bro.
You're not back there.
around. Listen,
Y'all
I feel
not
like
about to.
when you're
Y'all not about to
fucking
get
a
me
new-
to start talking.
I'm sick of talking about dicks with y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
Saying, bro.
Listen, you gotta, Chris, you gotta stir it around. and see
I'm
what
not.
happens.
I know. He's like,
So we gotta
hey.
spin.
You gotta go in there and stir it around, okay?
Oh, you like the stir move.
You gotta stir it around and see all the
You gotta
different
hit the
spots.
Macarena
See what
in that shit?
happens when you go over this way, and then when you
But
go
you know
over
what's
that
crazy
way.
though? But
Hit the Macarena.
women are still 50-50 though, because like
What you mean?
it's still about like your performance, what you're talking about, and then their connection.
Yeah.
A guy, their connection to a guy could take a nigga who's like sex is like a B, and then take it to an A because they're connected and they think they're just rocking or whatever.
They can feel
And
their way.
also-
They can
Right.
feel their way to a nut.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
they do.
Also, I have actually had the experience where I know the dick I'm receiving is fire, but I just don't fucking like you, bro. So I can't even. It's almost like I can't even feel it.
Oh no, the emotion shit do take
Yeah,
that
like, I
shit up a
just-
whole
Question, lady.
level.
Question, lady.
You been there?
Question, lady. So if you like the guy,
I actually been there. All right,
if you
go ahead.
like the guy a lot, that can take his dick game to a
Yes.
whole nother level.
Oh, for sure, and vice
Correct.
versa. No, and vice versa though.
As long as he's not really terrible.
But I feel
like,
like,
if I like
the
you and you're not
connectivity
really
is
terrible,
the most
then
important. I don't think
I think
dick
you're
is
right.
the most
So
important for them.
is that why when we break y'all's heart, y'all say we got little dicks?
probably sometimes
Yeah.
because she was lying to
What's
you
your
the whole
little
time.
dick ass?
Yeah,
Truth moment.
right, right.
Yeah.
Nobody
The
ever
blinders,
said that
giving you
about.
extra
off.
chips.
When you take the blinders off, my dick still big.
But I tell you
Oh,
one
damn.
thing. I tell you one thing. No
That's
guy
what you really want to be.
Is one guy.
No, Chris just gave us bars. That's
Dick
real-
clout.
No, because we said this on the episode. I want to go back and make it grow.
You funny.
You want to have great sex even when she hates you.
Yes,
That
no,
is the goal.
that's what I'm saying. I've never.
She's looking at you like, nah, my shit still big.
Yeah, facts,
That's one thing
facts,
she
facts,
likes.
facts, facts.
Chris is facts.
Facts.
You want to be the guy that she
Facts.
hates, but she cannot.
She cannot
talk shit about
discredit
sex.
that part of your
Say
game.
that.
Yes.
That is
That's
the goal.
hilarious.
That's what I
Young
was-
guys, that's the goal. That's
You
where
want-
you want
you
to
can
be.
see it. You want to say it bad.
Push yourself to be that guy that when she hates you the most, she still got to tell her friends, but the dick was fire though.
Facts.
That's who you want to be.
Right.
Facts. No, I was literally just saying that. I ain't never heard nobody say that shit about me. Your street cred is your street cred.
See, change the topic.
My dick credit score, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Now we got dick credit score.
That to me is more important than my relationship.
Fuck the relationship credit score.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. They're like, he's terrible
My dick
boyfriend.
credit though.
So be it. So be it.
I'm out here. I'm
So be it. So be it. If I'm going to the wizard, I'm like, yo, take away the relationship.
Right. Fuck that shit. To the wizard. Pick one.
I'm not wifeable, but the dick credit.
But my dick credit score.
Y'all are stupid, yo.
How we gonna monetize this?
Reel us back in, please.
I'm trying to figure out where to go because I'm like, do we want to talk about this other stuff yet now, or we only an hour in? Y'all cooking.
Come on.
Y'all niggas is crazy.
Come on, point
Are we
guard.
done with dick clout?
This is a half-baked
take
EP episode, but we'll grade y'all on that later. I don't want to keep talking about sex with
This is
y'all.
technically on the spot EP.
Yeah, let's go somewhere else.
Ooh, I put this on the list for a long time ago when I had read The Rational Male. What is y'all thoughts on the beta game?
What the fuck is that?
The beta game.
Oh, as in like,
Game, like that's a dude's game to be basically a pick me man.
oh,
What's that called? A simp, I guess. Beta.
that's
Ooh,
a
I got
dangerous
touch
game.
So I'll go ahead and start.
Hold on. Yes, I don't know how y'all keep managing to do that, but it's cool.
No,
It was Willie again.
no, it wasn't.
Move your
It
fucking
was her.
foot.
No, how? And Lydia just plugged it back in.
I don't know.
Anyway.
continue.
I actually think you need those type of guys in the marketplace. I think that
Okay.
I think there are some women without them actually knowing it who thrive with those type of guys. I think there's some women who like to be in their masculine. They like to be with guys who are like pick me type dudes, and I think it may work for them. I think that that polarity isn't the most important. So like the beta guys out here that have that, hey, pick me mentality, and then some guys have pick me mentalities for certain women. I think you need those type of guys. There's a lot of guys out there who are beta male providers, and I think they are needed variety in the ecosystem.
That's
I
a
concur.
dangerous game, though.
Agreed.
If you're a beta dude out here, you're gonna get eaten alive.
That's
There's
not
some
true.
sharks
That's not
in the
true.
water.
No, it's not true. There's a lot of beta guys that's out here like thriving. In
I was about to say
their position.
thriving.
Absolutely.
They've been there for a long
No,
time. They are
and
career
there
betas.
is a woman that is
Eaten up before.
that is super on her grind and she's masculine and that's what her energy is. And it's polarity. She
and
need
that's what I'm
that.
saying. And I think a lot of women they don't even know they're with a beta because they think that they try not to think about it. But there's women out here today that if we were to look at their values and what they would really, really want, they would fit well with the guy who's a little bit more in their beta. Like,
Docile.
yeah.
I think you only diagnose that when some shit pops off.
Exactly, I agree with that, but that doesn't mean that's like I knew I was with the girl before. I was like, yo, she would be better with a beta male provider. She would be better with a guy that's coming home on some emotional shit, bringing home the checks, sitting there and going, let's bake together, all kind of shit like that.
You don't like to bake with
Alphas
your
can't
girl?
bake?
I solely.
I'm gonna say, yo, what's up with you? You didn't like them cinnamon rolls for Christmas last year? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Our brunch charcuterie wasn't up to par.
What I'm saying is, there's guys out there who are better at being the pick me type guy.
I think
Kadeem didn't even make the steak. Caitlyn did.
I think the best way to define a beta is just a yes man. That's it.
And I think there's a lot of guys out there who are. There's women who need yes men.
Yeah.
For sure.
They do that. Even they get to a point in their life where they don't want.
Bro, when you mix the lack of accountability for a good amount of women with
The
that
echo
climate
chamber.
with beta, it matches perfectly.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy, and I think a lot of people put beta and alpha and they tie it to resources. I've seen a relationship where a nigga had nothing, and still was like fucking
the alpha.
dominating the relationship,
Right.
It had nothing
Because his credit score was great.
No, not even.
It goes
But
back to
his,
nature. It goes
I
back to
studied,
nature.
about to say, yeah.
I studied the niggas who really go out here and like mind fuck a woman with nothing.
Yeah.
Like that to me is like I'm
So
like how
you're
did
a
it
master
happen?
It's
manipulator,
something,
bro.
though. It's something.
Yeah, that's why I study it.
I'm telling you, because when they like that,
You trying to download it?
I'm like, yo, I
gotta
have
get
something
that.
if I could do that.
those dudes to them are like a vacation. Because when they're around those dudes, they get to like relax their shoulders a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not as worried. There's not as much worry on them when they're around those dudes.
But how-
so
but
they
that-
provide something to a degree.
But how?
But what do you
though?
mean though? Like I'm talking
Because-
about a downtrodden nigga.
Think about Ray Ray. Think about Ray Ray. I'm not
Okay.
trying to say all the Ray Rays can fight.
Right.
But to a degree, they look like they can. So in that degree, it's a deterrent. So when I'm around him, I can really be a woman because in my mind, when he's around me, I'm protected. So it's like I'm providing you something.
yeah.
So me being 5'10" really hurts me.
But I
It
think,
ain't about height,
but
man.
that's
You
not-
light skin is what your light skin is the attractor.
If I was 6'2" and I was
Yeah.
Chris, I could don't
Yeah.
have to work.
No,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. That's the kicker, though. That's
Chris
the
don't really have to work.
You're right.
He chooses to work.
I know you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Y'all always go back in. Goddamn. That's the kicker, though, because you'll never know. It doesn't matter what they look like until something pop off.
Right. You're right. So maybe
You
she
won't
seen
know.
this nigga in action. I just didn't know.
Right.
And maybe we seen
Like, yo,
he
he
was in
with
the
Ray
bar.
Ray. He don't got a job,
Right.
but Ray Ray will
That's
beat
what,
your ass.
that's what attracted her.
That's why I should ask. I'm like, yo, have you seen this nigga fight before?
He will take you made all that money.
She's like,
But you know
actually, we
what's
were out.
crazy?
I know,
But
yeah.
you know what's crazy? That's why I always go back to nature, because you can go collect all the money you want.
Yeah.
If I can come over there and punch you dead in your shit
Your
or
money
fuck
don't-
you up,
your money don't mean
it's
nothing.
mine now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What? Chris, they make
That's real, but
guns.
that's what it comes. I'm telling you, that's what it comes down
Hold
to.
on.
That's what it comes
Everybody don't have
down.
no gun, though.
That's what it comes down
Everybody don't have no
to.
gun.
If I can run your jewels, that's it.
That's so crazy.
I'm telling you, that's what it comes down to, man. I'm telling you.
No.
That's what it comes
Chris
down
lives
to.
a life that I just
No.
don't know about.
No, I know.
That's what it
This is
comes
what we got for Chris's ass.
But no, that's real. No, we can talk about it.
That's the Glock with the switch.
That shit
Ain't nobody
not
talking about what you talking about, Chris.
Yo,
Fuck Ray Ray.
Deem,
nigga.
Deem. No, Deem, that didn't translate well, bro.
No, I know.
That shit sound like spit.
I was like, what the fuck is
I'm
that?
gonna have to EQ it, but I'm gonna get it right. No.
but-
That's what you was like. What is that?
But to your point, no, that's why I kind of like the idea. Like, I actually like one of my favorite books.
Said it sound like
No, seriously, one of my favorite books is Pimp, because I do believe that there's like something to learn about men-women dynamics from all circles. So even when I look at a nigga who has nothing that's been able to like step into the relationship and still be an alpha, I'm like, yo, what are those skill sets?
He got our mind.
Right, I want to
See,
know.
But I just some of that stuff you just grown with.
No,
But we had Pretty Exclusive here. Sherry was like, Kadeem been like this his whole life. This is just who he is.
But that's
Some
what I'm
niggas is
saying.
Just
but
that though.
But that's why. But it goes back to beta and alpha. See, when I say beta male provider, I know guys who actually have bank who are beta male providers. So I think I just want to get the context of beta and alpha. It's not financial.
We know that though.
But you
Right,
know,
but I think a lot of people do tie that.
but
to
you know what's
it.
crazy?
That's why
In
women
some-
say they don't want beta men.
In some instances, it is.
you know what's
sometimes.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
You know what's crazy? I think that the beta was there before the money. I think the beta is what caused them to go get that much money to begin
Right.
with.
You know what's funny? I was talking
gotta go
about.
collect the mill.
Okay, I'm glad y'all took me down this. I was talking about this the other day. There was a clip of academics on Fresh and Fit. Mike Rashid was there. He was arguing with this woman. She had a deeper voice. He's going back and forth with her about who her man is, and then he fell back into the I got more money than him. This is this, and Mike is just sitting back like, And then after he's like, yo, what are we doing? Because it looked really corny.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, just because you got bread, you still a cornflake.
That's what that's what the,
You know,
it's the same thing I just
but
said.
I don't think I never thought that just like it really don't amplify nothing but who you really are.
No.
And you fall back on that shit. That's
No, but I think we agree with that. I think that there's this idea with women who equate it because I have never met a woman who sit there and go, I want a beta. And what I'm saying is I think they say that because I think they tie money to beta and alpha. But I think to Chris's point, if they were to really discern, to understand their value system, I think some women would better align to a beta type man.
I think money. I don't think it's the money. Sometimes I think that's with simple women.
Simple
women
exactly.
see the money. I think,
and we talk about that.
Have
all
you
the
ever
time.
heard a woman actually say, "I want a beta man"?
No, never heard.
But I was just talking about money.
But with their actions,
But that's what I'm saying. But I actually think if women were thoughtful about it, there would be women who would say it.
We also just seen the clip of academics in the mall yelling and arguing with Shorty, right?
But
the only reason she's even with him is because he got bread. If he didn't have that, none of these people would talk to you.
You know what's crazy?
So it's like, how do you? I don't even know if nobody thinks that he's like an alpha.
Nobody.
You only screaming on these girls.
But on the surface, like that's what I said. I think money is kind of in alignment with sex. I think it's a result of something. It's a result of drive, ambition, and aggression.
That's true. That's true.
But with the society we live in, as you see, academics, he didn't have to be aggressive or
he could be
ambitious
in
to a
the
degree at
closet
all.
and do that. Yeah.
He had to get on his computer and just talk shit.
Yeah.
So it's like they see the money and they're like, oh, this is what he has. I think a lot of women see that. A lot of substantial women see that. They're like, oh, he has money, so he has drive, he has this, he has that, he has that and the third. But a lot of times that ain't the case.
I think we talk about them wanting a soft life. I think they just see like, okay, I'm bad. He could never get me no other way. So let me be in his vicinity. He'll talk to me just because before I would never even glance his way. You know what I'm saying?
And then I just think, I think a lot of the
But
time,
when he's in a room full of real niggas, that nobody look at you like, yo, he's doing it. It's like, oh, that's the dude that podcast. He's kind of square though.
I think a lot of the times the ego is very prevalent nowadays, yo. I think a lot of women, they see a man, I can stand over him. He's gonna do what I want. He's gonna do what I want. Same thing with men. They see certain women, they're like, yo, I can control her. I can make her do whatever I want her to do.
I'm rolling with Kadeem's point a little bit back what he just said. I like some girls, like especially women these days, can see a guy like academics and was like, I can take anything I want from him.
Yeah.
Right.
Anytime I want.
She might not even be giving her the best sex she got. She's like, yo, she's
might
mailing
not
it
even
in.
She might not even be fucking academics at some point.
No, they got to be fucking.
He's
got to be. He's not stupid. He's got to be at least smart enough to get the box.
I'm not rolling with that all the way.
I'm not saying that's true. I'm not saying
Let's all put our. If I was a cornball, but I had a couple M's and a Lamborghini.
Kadeem, let me ask you a question.
If she gets in my Lamborghini,
But what was the first thing you said?
she's sucking dick.
What was the first thing you said? If I'm a cornball.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you would settle for just head, if you won't get nothing to begin with.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. But she knows like, okay, this is what I have to do to get.
But he ain't fucking like, hey, some girls will go suck the dick or whatever and get the bag or whatever and be done.
Oh man.
Be smarter than that.
I'm not
Rape a
saying-
nigga like academics. Easy. It's girls out here tricking niggas like with no sex, bro.
I want to believe that anybody that's got a couple M's, I want to just believe that like at least if I'm corny, I'm at least fucking.
Okay.
At least that's
You think
at
that.
least.
But you know what's crazy? I think you should just be aware that when I get a meal, I'm gonna attract more women just because I have a meal.
Yes, exactly.
You will, but that don't mean you gonna.
That's why when Willie
That
says
don't mean you gonna.
I never thought of like, oh, money makes you the alpha.
No. Mentality makes you the alpha.
Yeah.
It should be, in a perfect world, it should be the thing that gets you money. But we don't live in a perfect world.
Right, and what I'm saying is, I guess my only combat to that is, I think I don't hear enough women really understanding both sides and understanding that there's balance between both of them, and that there are certain women that I wish they would come out and say, yeah, I probably fit better with more of a beta type personality.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I feel like it's been so polarizing that all women just think they all should be with alpha men. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't.
And I think that's what Kevin Samuels was trying to say.
Right. 100%.
I think he's trying to point out that they don't know what a real alpha even looks like.
Right.
They could identify.
I was about to double back on something Willie said earlier. Willie was saying that there's like Ray-Rays that you've seen that will manipulate a woman and like they're the alpha in the situation. But I disagree. I think they're just preying on a weak-minded woman. I think to be an alpha, you can have a strong-minded woman and you're still the leader of that that outfit. Like you're still the leader of that situation. That makes you the alpha to me. Like preying on a weak-minded person, anybody can do that. That doesn't make you strong. Doesn't make you alpha. Doesn't make you the top dog. Anybody like that's like me going to a middle school court and I'm playing all middle school kids and I'm just dominating. That doesn't make me a great basketball player. That means I'm playing people lower than my competition.
No, I agree with that to a certain extent. I actually agree with you, but it's still like this idea that even with organizations, you have sucky companies, you have bad organizations, it's still an organization. So even a weak-minded woman with a man that's preying on them is still a couple, and in that couple, there's still dynamics within that couple, and somebody's still probably dominating that relationship. So even though she's weak, he's dominating that relationship. So in their little stupid world, he's the alpha.
Yeah, but I agree. I'm agreeing with that. I'm just saying he's not a true alpha.
I agree with you. Like, because I told this person, I'm like, yo, you're with a guy that nobody would even want.
Right.
You're like, but in your head, you think he is someone of value because he told you he was value. Right. No, he is no value. That's why he's with you.
Exactly. We're saying the same thing. We're right.
I feel like strong-minded and weak-minded are just two extremes of the spectrum. I think they're too far either way.
But you know what's crazy though? There's men who and it is crazy because even women that we think are strong, there's some men who are able to penetrate certain women and still get them to lose common sense.
We gotta redefine strong too.
Right,
I think a strong-minded man is not a good leader either. I think a strong-minded man is a stubborn man. Is gonna sit here and he's gonna combat every idea, even if it's like even say he's going in the wrong direction. He's gonna bull his way in that direction until he breaks through a wall that makes him right. Right. Instead of being like,
I think strong-headed and bullheaded are two different things.
But okay, I kind of connect the two.
I can see how I'm kind of disagreeing. With you. I'm rolling with you partially though.
Talking to them.
I think the strength is just sometimes the strong thing to do is be like, oh, you're right, I'm wrong, and we should go this way.
It's part of producing.
Nigga subtly
talking to the mic. God damn it!
Don't ever do that.
I feel like who is he today? Who's a two guard that can throw me the ball?
A two guard who can throw you the ball? Zach LaVine.
Okay, light skin too. Zach LaVine with the
that was not on purpose.
That man is vanilla.
He is. No, he's not light skin.
What you butterscotch, nigga?
Yeah, I'm caramel, bro.
I didn't even know there was level. Damn it, Chris.
Look, Willie's like, oh, where do I fall on the spectrum?
No, I know.
Where am
I? So, our guy. I guess we're gonna talk about it now because that was a good segue. We want to talk about the apology or this first one first. What you want to do?
Who, Kanye?
Yeah. Because you were talking about bullheaded and that'll make him a leader and all those things. I feel like that's a good.
Going to the apology.
That's a good.
Let's go to the apology.
I'm going to throw the oop back to you, though, because you can dunk. You said which one?
Who, me?
The apology?
Exactly me.
I can't dunk. Go ahead.
You used to could. You can't dunk no more.
He could barely dunk then.
Yeah, right.
That's
What I want to say is, like, black people are like, okay, Lex Friedman got you to apologize. Pierce Morgan got you to apologize to the Jews, but you never apologized to us about the George Floyd comment that made us feel bad. Now, the thing is, okay, JFK, they got a lot of documentaries about how it happened. So we can argue about how it happened, which I like the fact that we can do that. But regardless, when I see that video as a black person, it hurts my feelings. And I know that police do attack, and America is generally racist. And I understand that when we got to say Black Lives Matter, that the idea of it made us feel good together as a person, as a people, right? When let me say it so the soundbite is better for you guys. When the idea of Black Lives Matter came out, it made us come together as a people. Now afterwards, yes, there was some things where the money went. There were some things where it was used in order to push us to the Democratic vote. There were people behind it involved. That happened, but the general feeling. So when I said that, and I questioned the death of George Floyd, it hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to hurting them, because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing. I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now.
Oh my God, Kanye.
So I thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt. What I want.
All right. That was, oh my God.
You know what?
I'm not gonna lie. No. Did you hear that before this?
No.
See, this okay. So you heard it before this?
No.
All right. So you're the only one that heard it. Yeah. This is my first time hearing this. This is the worst apology I've ever heard. This nigga just said in the middle of talking to them, like, hold on, let me give you something different so the soundbite could be better. And you compare this nigga losing his life to you losing your Adidas deal, bro.
Can I just say
Go
one
ahead,
thing can I just say one thing?
Go
Or
ahead.
two things. Kanye, with the thoughts that he has, right? He really needs to go to like any university and take a public speaking class.
Bro, he needs PR.
Yeah.
This nigga's stream of consciousness, we gotta watch him figure out everything he's talking about while he's talking.
Bruh.
All the time. Yeah.
It's like a 1990s antenna, car antenna. Like he's
you're like,
receiving
Wait.
You know-
There go the picture.
You know how you sit down and like have like a session with your thoughts, like you brainstorming stuff. He's doing that in live.
Actively, yeah, we're
in
watching
live,
him
like,
figure out.
And you know what's wild? I think even with more knowledge that he gains, I don't think it makes it better. I
No,
think it just
no,
crowds the
no.
bowl.
Yeah, 100%.
He has too much in his head and he's trying to get it all out at once.
Yeah, but I think that's by design. I think if you look at how Kanye's kind of come across or come about over the last like 5 years, I think he felt that he needed to get away from the distortion. I think he's gotten rid of publicists, he's gotten rid of PR. He's tried to go more towards social media and go direct to the people. So in his head, he thinks that's the better medium, and he's trying to be this like anti-establishment by going after companies or saying things that he thinks is unfiltered. So I think all this is still like on brand to what he thinks is what he should be about, even though it looks, silly to us. He's been doing this kind of stuff for a long time.
He's always been
Yeah.
on that, but it was different when it was music and clothes, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No,
Then
but-
he started getting into politics and
No, it's bad. I mean, and I think you start to see that, number one, I mean, there's still this idea that he's still dealing with some type of mental health, issues to a certain degree. But I just think that he continues to believe that his voice is the one that should always be leading versus him really looking at being how to be thoughtful. I think he literally has statements or reels where he talks about this idea of like not even searching for right answers, because then it's like this idea of life being a test. So he thinks that the right way to communicate is always to communicate what's on your mind at that time. He's talked about this.
I think what he was saying is that you don't want to cater to your audience. You want to be you.
Right.
But I want to ask y'all a question. What makes this worse than what he was doing before? I
didn't say it was worse.
Oh, okay. I
I never said it was worse.
Worse.
no, they're all in the same vein.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, in some of the stuff he's saying, it almost feels like these things were intentional. Like he almost wanted to get out of these deals. He wanted to say things that
I heard that, but then
it's the evidence is there. Like 2 weeks prior, you're telling the world how bad these Adidas deals are, the Gap deal is, all of these deals, and then like you're like, all right, well, if I go on Drink Champ, just like, well, I can say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me. He looks right in the camera and says, like knowing full well you're going to
watch
get
that
dropped.
full interview?
Yes, I did.
It got cut off while I was watching.
I watched the full 3 hours and 25 minutes.
But see, he needs a space where he has 3 hours to say whatever, because there's always some pieces in there that are like, damn, he's cooking, and then it's like, what the fuck you talking
It don't
about?
need to be 3 hours long.
Bro, that's the only way you're gonna get.
No, I agree.
You see what happens in a minute and 40 seconds,
bro? Like, yo, please just streamline your shit, please.
and that's why I don't give a fuck when you guys be like the pod be too long, because y'all will sit and watch this nigga talk about nothing for 3 fucking hours.
Well, wait.
Word.
he didn't
But you
talk
told
about
me I
nothing.
need to be
No.
more concise with my
Talk about
ideas.
nothing.
I feel the same way about Ye. That ain't no
But
different.
Kadeem, that's what pisses me off the most, because I agree with everything he said.
Yep.
Outside
Oh
of him,
no, we're
outside
gonna,
of
my
him.
next. Don't rush
Go ahead.
into it.
But I think it's every time he talks,
Slide in
we
there.
have to make up for everything he said around it.
Yes,
we have to
exactly.
explain everything he said
Yeah,
around it.
exactly.
It's like, and then we got to
Exactly.
get to the point. Like, if you really cared about these topics, bro, like real talk, and these are some serious topics.
They are.
If you really cared about them,
And we're gonna talk about it.
break it down and give us the bullet points. That's it. Get to the point.
As far as the
Because you
business stuff, I
sacrificing the
think he
whole thing.
miscalculated, because I think I posted it the other day, and I was like, you said Adam. Instead of him talking about a whole group, if you'd have added the whoever that is in your way, then it's a different conversation. But you talk about all the Jews? All of them? What? Go ahead.
say
Go
what
ahead.
you-
Yeah,
say what you
please.
gonna say.
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
You don't got no brand deals. Come on.
No, I was just waiting because he said
He got on my hoodie, man. He got a brand deal, nigga.
I'm wearing the brand. Like, no,
not
I'm just saying because he said he wanted
did
to ease
drop
it.
this nigga.
He wanted. No, he did. He did.
That
bro.
was not. Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, one day we're gonna do a Patreon episode about all this different pod switching, and then all the different people that got
please, I can't
podcasts
wait.
that break up. Matt Hoffman, I'm going through it right now. Everybody's
big
up.
time. Big time.
Hey,
No,
when the
Elliot
money,
held it
that's why I'm
down.
trying to make sure you niggas got jobs. So when this
Elliot
shit,
held it down. He ain't go join another pod.
Nah, I could have though.
What did Joe Budden tell Roy and them? Go ahead, let me see.
Let me see how this shit work.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Get
Take all your ideas.
Take all that shit you was talking about
Get your
there.
point
nigga.
off,
Go
bro.
over there.
Come on.
We move next
Yeah,
door.
go ahead. My fault, man. I
Say
cut
what you
you
need to
off.
say.
I was just saying, like, when you say he talked about all the Jews, like, I think he was just talking about all the Jews as far as in the entertainment.
Yeah, we know.
And if we're talking about those,
But he
Jews-
didn't say that.
But he did in the interview. Yes, he did. He didn't say all Jewish people.
And part of the plan, though, because they do run media, is to take the clips that you want
Right,
to circulate,
exactly.
let them circulate,
Right.
and cut out
Right,
the
100%.
dude coming in. What's his bro name? That came into the interview.
Cut
Steve
that. Rifkin.
Yeah, Steve Rifkin and all. Cut that part out.
Founder of Loud
Yeah.
I think the worst thing Kanye. I think this proves y'all's point of him trying to get out of the deal. Because I'm like, why are you showing your hand so quick, bro? Like, if that's really.
But he burnt the rat. When Goodwill is saying they don't want your shit.
That is.
First of all, did they
real?
get Goodwill
Was that
had
real?
Yeezys? No, I seen it. I don't know if it was you. We don't. That's I don't
fake.
know. I
bro.
never know what's
All right,
real.
All right, so let's be honest. Goodwill. You really think if people are bringing Yeezys in, they're gonna say, "No, we don't want those." Like, stop it.
Do people buy stuff at Goodwill?
First of all, Yeezys aren't even at Goodwill.
I didn't know that. They had a whole printout of like, don't take these. I was like,
dare anybody
ever
to
stepped in a
you gonna leave your way?
I've
No,
been-
nigga. I've dropped stuff off for them.
Wow.
What?
Stop saying the N word.
Sorry.
Wow. Drop stuff off of niggas at Goodwill. You're terrible.
I didn't say that.
That's what I said,
He
bro.
said he reworded it. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
He was racist, actually. I agree.
That's the only people that go in there, huh?
Bro.
I did not.
Yeah,
I think you had a hard ER then.
Oh, canceled.
No, but
HOA Deem.
Up, man.
But for people to say that Kanye's saying anti-Semitic comments, and literally the only thing he said was, "We are the original Jews," and which is true. This is 100% true. It's like so many forms of evidence, so many literature. Like, it's so much to point to him being correct. Then the opposite. Like, how do you get to I'm an anti-Semitic if I'm the true Semite? How?
Yeah.
How does
Fact.
how does that work?
Fact.
And the fact that Kyrie's going through the same thing, he posted he didn't really post, but he liked a post of a documentary in a book that highlights black people or quote unquote black people being the original Jew. Literally, that's all that's in the clip. And right now, you have reporters asking him about anti-Semitic quotes. Like, how?
It's about clicks.
Let that be a lesson to y'all, yo. Power speaks. Period. Who do people gonna believe? The people who can impart power. They're not gonna believe us because we can't act on nothing. We
And it was
can't sit
some-
here and impose our will on the masses because we are not united. Period. If you really care about the truth, we need to get together and be able to back it. Period.
And to piggyback on that, they never silence the liars, the people making shit up. They only silence people that are telling the truth.
Right.
What happens when your page get ghosted? You speak in some bars. It's something that people need to hear. The pod clips of us talking to Lydia and Vicky about whatever, they'll go out of here. But if we talking about the family staying together, oh no, we don't want
We're
them
not
seeing
watching
that. We don't want that
500
circulating.
views.
Yeah,
That
we
proves
don't.
his point.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
part of it is like there is, we're gonna play this other clip. Hold on. I got another.
Hold on,
one.
before you play,
Okay,
before you
go
play
ahead.
it, real quick, like the fact that black people can't say Jews or a certain amount of people or a certain particular people control media and control business, and it's a fact, is a problem. Just think back to when Nick Cannon came out and said the exact same thing. What happened to Nick? They said, all right, Nick, you said that? No more wilding out, no more nothing. All those deals are done.
Yep.
Nick got on a week later with a white rabbi and said it was a conspiracy.
But Elliot,
That's a
I agree.
conspiracy.
I agree. But what kind of problem is it? Because I think people who are going to listen, they're going to misconstrue it and be like, "It's a problem that we need to stop saying it." No, it's a problem because we don't have infrastructure. That's
Right.
the problem.
We don't have unity.
That's the problem.
We allow other people to go into genres that we should dominate.
Dominate. Yes.
That we do dominate.
We do.
We dominate.
We're the talent. Yes.
We are the talent. We're
the culture
We
of
are the
all that
culture.
shit. Yes.
We are the movement of everything. And we let other people come into things that we should dominate and actually own everything.
And bitch slap us.
Right.
Period.
Like you haven't. And during that interview, I was so disappointed in Nori. Nori, the whole time, every time Kanye said something of truth or fact, but hey, I want you to make sure we love Jewish people now. We love. I was like, come on, Nori.
We got y'all. Y'all know what that is.
The only thing I would say, if I was Nori, I would tell him to be more specific. Stop generalizing. We're not going. I'm not with generalizing nothing.
Just
Men,
add what you're talking
women,
about.
nothing. Say the person's name. If you're gonna say it, say the person's name.
Right.
If you'll name drop when you want somebody to know you know it, say it.
Yeah.
Say
Facts.
it. Name, drop that name now.
Facts. Who did you dirty, bro? Say their name.
So did he really go to Skechers though? Is that fake too?
I don't know if he went to skate.
He
Now
got kicked
hold on,
out.
I want to know
That's funny.
if Kanye started putting out Skechers, is you copying?
Bro, guys,
I think we should
people are
support
wearing them,
him.
bro. People
Thank
are wearing
you,
them.
Lydia.
Nobody,
Thank you.
nobody,
I want to support him.
nobody was
Thank
wearing.
you.
Nobody was wearing Adidas before Yeezy.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
not
That,
one
I want
person.
y'all to tell the truth. I'm
Yeah,
asking the
people are wearing
question.
Skechers.
So if he went to
Red Run.
Skechers,
If he went to Procast, people are wearing Procast. If he went to Reebok, people are wearing
okay,
Reebok.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
Yeezy is culture. I don't
Is-
care what you say or not.
just want-
Is he gonna listen this way now? Yes or no?
He admitted this way. He said he.
But
yeah,
if they
no,
just
no, but I'm
nerfed
saying
all his
is-
money, he might not be
Right.
able to do shit.
Right. So
Right.
that is the.
But that's
irony
why
of
Sway
it.
didn't, because he couldn't have got that without that.
But now it's getting taken away.
That's why
Now you breaking even. You just wasted
you
time.
just no infrastructure. They have it. You had to go there to be a part of it.
In that time that he
And
wasted.
what he didn't do, no, because Kanye, what he didn't do is he says all the names, but he didn't build those relationships.
In that
If he had relationships, he could be like, yo, I'm about to go over here and torpedo this shit, but I'm gonna come fuck with you later.
in that time that he wasted with Adidas, he could have been building the warehouse. The man has like 100 and something
He is building a
acres.
warehouse.
Okay, that's good then. I think he should have started there. And I think if you're gonna fuck with Adidas, I think you should take that money and start doing.
Adidas
what
said they
he's
got
doing.
the 700, the 750, the 350 without the pull tab, the 350 with the pull
bro.
tab, the
Right.
phone runner. They didn't have a slide on there. What else they didn't have on there? They didn't have them ugly 500s. Nobody wants them shits. I don't know why
Okay.
y'all are wearing those. They're
Are
disgusting.
y'all,
Deem.
are y'all wearing it without the Ye logo on it?
Oh, that's a great question.
Y'all wearing that?
Let me ask y'all as sneakerheads though. If y'all are saying that he did this to get out of his deal, was losing those designs worth getting out the deal?
I think he can make more designs
He can-
like that.
yeah,
he's
he's
I mean, he's the
creative as
creator
fuck.
of it.
Now I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know because
Same
they've been
thing
giving us
for
350s for how long has the 350 been running?
Since the
They ain't been a new cycle. We've been waiting. I don't know,
They're selling out every time.
Maybe
but,
he been
think
holding
about
it
it.
but
in the
that's
tuck.
because of him.
Yeah, but when he left Nike, what was the
That's what I thought, too,
conversation?
dude.
The conversation was like, what is he going to do without those? What is he going to do without?
what Kanye does well, and I don't know if he still. I mean, he should still be able to do this, even with Yeezy. Though it wasn't really him. Yeezy does a really good job bringing together a dope ass team.
Yeah,
even
exactly.
When,
So
so
Leahy
even when he
used to
was
be on
at,
the-
Ye-
yeah.
at Adidas, he was able to pick people like lead designers from
Yes.
all walks of
Right.
life and bring them
Yes.
in a room. So that's what he did on Nike. That's what he did on Adidas. So I
Gap,
do think, I do think he has the ability to go out there and build another solid team of like really dope artists and creators. I do think that skill set is.
But
still
is he
there.
gonna have the infrastructure to produce the same level of a?
I hope so.
He's gonna. I think.
They even took his shit off the stem player.
But I'll be honest with you. I think he still.
Is
will be-
anybody playing anything else on the stem player other than
And
Dr.
I told you
Yeah.
that.
I didn't buy one. No, I didn't. But if I did, I'd be like, hold up, you just and they took it off you.
Yeah, they took it off.
Now you just got a little-
$200 clicker.
Yeah.
Willie,
Facts.
what you said about him building dope teams, I think he needs to do that with the messages he puts out too.
Yes, Pete, bro.
Find people that align in the beliefs that you have that are a little more articulate
Yeah.
and back them.
Yes. So when you go out here and jump out the window and start talking crazy, even bro, that was the. I mean, god damn, boy, we can tell when somebody wrote your apology. We can tell that nobody wrote this one.
Yeah,
Yo.
that was a bad one.
This is the. I ain't never
There's
seen this.
there's a way, yo. If you have something to lose, there's a way to get your message out, to get the truth out without sacrificing your whole back and your whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah. And another thing I wanted to just expand upon, like with that apology, we can't get apologies like that if people don't keep sticking cameras in Kanye's face. Stop putting cameras in Kanye's
Yeah.
face on the spot, man. Stop it.
Bro,
That's not
and we.
gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, they gonna do
but
it.
the
they're
same
like-
shit we talk about
They
on
don't
the
care
pod.
about 'em.
There's a
Because
reason why.
exactly we don't protect each other, man.
Right.
We don't because that's a black guy behind the camera. I follow his page. Like you put a camera on Kanye's face just
But
because
it was.
know it was hot
But it
for
was
the moment.
100 cameras out there though.
I
Money.
know, but that camera, we
Money.
don't need that camera.
But it's
We don't-
that
we don't
that
need
same
you.
clip.
I
where
don't
it
need.
came
I don't
out.
need you. If it's 1,000 white people out there with camera, I don't need you to be. Oh, well, I mean they out here too. I don't need you to be. protect him.
Or if you
Because
gonna
that's your clip.
Or if you gonna do it, do it for that reason so you can get it first and you could chop it up. And
But that's what I'm saying though. It wasn't. There was other people. It's paparazzi. It's not just him out
Yeah.
there. He didn't catch Kanye in the corner. It's like, hey, one-on-one, sit down with me.
No.
but
You know
I
what
think
I'm
I think I don't know.
If we was out there with the phone, I don't know, Chris, I might need that real too.
But okay, I agree
Hey,
with
man,
what
this
Elliot's
shit gotta pay
saying.
for
We need a better system to protect each other, and then we gotta want to be protected too.
Other communities got like the Jewish people.
We gotta protect ourselves.
No, that's facts.
Jewish people protect each other, man. You don't hear about Jewish
Man.
Jewish on Jewish.
And I wouldn't
crime.
have sold my soul for no million clicks. I got, we've been
Nigga, I hope
grinding.
not.
We've been grinding it this long. You think I ought to do that?
Right.
Man, y'all are lying.
Hey, and hold up, give me PSA.
Y'all
Stop
lie.
messaging me about goddamn buying subscribers and buying goddamn views and buying all that shit. I'm not buying none of that shit, man. Get out my goddamn DM.
You got money.
I'm not buying none of that shit, man.
Do it.
No.
Yeah, run it up to.
We
a
can
bill.
tell when y'all followers ain't real, bruh.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I had to
Facts.
talk about we had a hip hop artist come on our show. Someone was like, oh, why he didn't post the clip, whoop-de-whoop. And I was like, I don't know, I don't even care. The clips that do better don't have nothing to do with them. And my shit rolling more than everything on his page. And that shit fugazi anyway. No shade, no shots at nobody specific.
That is a shot.
That was a shot, and it was specific.
So I gotta cut it out?
Yes. No, you don't.
Nah, because niggas don't even watch the shit.
Do the other clip, bro. Do the other.
I got you. I got you.
Spit it, niggas.
No. No.
Y'all crazy, man.
Kanye, take a public
Hold on, I
speaking
gotta-
class.
I mean, hopefully this is my last
This is a white
statement
man.
on Kanye and anti-Semitism,
Yeah, this
but
is
I
a
feel
Jewish
like it
person.
won't be. But this is what I wrote. Jews are 2.4% of the population, but 35% of the Forbes 400. African Americans are 13.6% of the population, but only 0.5% of the Forbes 400. Instead of listening to the wealthiest and most outspoken black man in the media about the issues he has with potentially racist and stultifying Jews in the industry, which is what going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people translates to in Ebonics, he is completely excoriated. 92% of U.S. Jews identify as white. Israel is known to suffer from intense racial discrimination against its Arab, Mizrahi, and Ethiopian communities. To destroy the life of a black man who says he's going to speak up about the oppression African Americans face from white capitalist owners is insanely racist and problematic. I wish Abraham Joshua Heschel was alive today to deal with this. What I think he would do is meet with Kanye and allow him to air his grievances and acknowledge the problematic power imbalance between Jews and African Americans in media and American society. He would encourage Jews and their allies to take what Kanye says to heart and to see this as a renewed call to anti-racism in all of our society, to support African Americans in their quest to have a seat at the table, and for Jewish people to help African Americans get there. Remember, Jewish Americans have an average net worth of $150,890, and African Americans have an average net worth of $24,000. Beating on Kanye for talking about that only reveals your racism. Have a nice day.
Thank you, fat man.
Thank you, white man. React.
Don't look at me. I think I talk too much.
Chris was like-
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I think it continues to highlight the disparity between how much America has gone after the black race. I mean, at the end of the day, black Americans have had consecrated attacks for hundreds of years to make sure that they downplay the communities, take men out the household, create this economic imbalance. And I think obviously black Americans has also played a role in not shifting the culture. There is, like to Chris's point, the black Americans are the one group I think that probably shows the least amount of unification.
For sure.
Jewish people unify, they connect, they build resources, they build communities, they build schools, those kind of things. Same thing with Asian Americans, same thing with Middle Easterns. Black culture, still to this day, we're probably the one group that doesn't unify around something systematic to really bring us up, on top of the things that we've endured from white America. So I do think it's a two-pronged approach. So to that point, though, I do think those facts are designed. Like I don't think it's an accident that the black net worth is $24,000. That this is a consecrated effort that's been going over for years. There's no other culture that's had the oppression in this country the way black Americans have.
Yeah. Brother Els.
Well, another thing Kanye talked about, Willie, you hit that on the head. I'm not even going to talk about that point, but another thing he talked about was bringing up the Holocaust. Jewish people bring up the Holocaust as if it's like some singled out thing, and slavery, there's nothing compared to the Holocaust. Well, let's talk about the Black Holocaust. Do y'all know what the Black Holocaust is?
Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Thank you. Planned Parenthood, I think 6 million people died in the Holocaust. 60 million black babies are killed, have been killed since the beginning of Planned Parenthood. And the creator of Planned Parenthood is Margaret Sanger, who is an elitist and who is aligned with the KKK. So let's talk about that. Now, when we're talking about Holocaust, there's no bigger Holocaust than that ever in the history of America or in the history of the world.
That clip don't circulate.
Who's that on though? Ultimately,
What do you mean? Who's that on?
I mean our Holocaust. Who's that on?
He's
That's
saying
on us.
because you still they opt to go to
That's
Black
on us.
Panther.
They ain't making us go there.
Yeah, you ain't forced.
I mean, they kind of are. The circumstances they're putting black people in, they kind of are. It's not, nobody's making you. Nobody's walking you. All right, come on, let's go in here. But in the circumstances of what they're putting black people in, when they're telling a single mother that, hey, we're gonna put you in single housing, but the father can't be there now. So now there's not a double income. There's only one income. Now you're gonna have another baby by Ray. So now you have 3 miles to feed.
And you know you can't afford it.
Right, and you know you can't afford that. So here, but wait, hold on. We got that. We got the outcome for it. We got the remedy for that. We can go into here, Planned Parenthood. You can get rid of that. You don't have to pay for that no more.
Yeah, but to Chris's point, when are we gonna start having some accountability with the stuff that happens to lead up to that?
What accountability?
But this is the problem. I kind of agree with Els. There is accountability. I agree. There's like I'm a big subscriber of no excuses. But I do think a lot of the things that we deal with still come with economic and knowledge gaps.
For sure.
And you have to solve the economic and knowledge gaps. To Els' point, a lot of the individuals were still saying that there's a gap between knowledge of even awareness of the impacts of teen pregnancy and understanding like there are other outcomes. And then there's still an economic gap. Usually poor people have kids that are grown up in poverty that end up staying in poverty and they create that cycle.
For sure.
When are we going to start trying to figure out how do we close that gap? How do we create knowledge gaps, continue to drive resources to be able to get people to be more knowledgeable and understand how they can have resources so that they can build black, beautiful families? I think it's not just like, hey, we just need to stop aborting kids. You're going to have abortion as long as there's poverty.
For sure.
100%.
I think we got to address whose responsibility that knowledge gap is. We have
starts with the
there's
black
24
family.
24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, when they talk about podcasts, y'all talk about relationships, y'all talk about it. We're going to talk about relationships till the cows come home because that's how you build the black family. That's how you circumvent the program. And that's how you filter through all this bullshit.
Right. That's the biggest
thing. And to be honest with you, black men on you, that's why you're needed in the household. Sometimes when it's just a single, I'm not coming at women, but a lot of the times when it's just the woman and the kids looking at the TV, you need that father to come up behind y'all and be like, yo, that's bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
That's fake.
Because it's not going to happen probably 8 times out of 10 without us there.
But that was one of the things that, you know, when I do debate this whole idea, I know we talk about, like, people talk about Kevin Samuels and they talk about the polarity of his content, right? And I actually do agree that when you're a influencer, there's certain content you need to do to create clicks. And you have to do that because that was his career. But if you look at the overall message is to what Chris just said, it was a calling to black families. It was a calling of black men to be better black men. It was a calling for women to be better women, to create a better accountability in the black family. At the end of the day, asking men to get their stuff together, to be on their purpose, to go out there after the resources, to get away. I mean, he literally, one of the last segments he did before he passed away, he actually did a segment talking to black men for an entire week, and he actually outlined how black men should interact between the ages of 18 to 22, 22 to 25, 25 to 30, and literally, he didn't even introduce a kid until the man was in his 30s when he was able to provide, be able to create an opportunity to be a man in the house and create a family. He talked about those things. He talked about the idea of men at 19 years old, even myself, going out there being a part of teen pregnancy. Usually those things do not work out into your favor because it creates young people raising young people, it creates economic disparities, and it creates a perpetual cycle of men not being in the household.
And I was thinking about that this week, about how we complain about women and all that stuff, but I think we need to think about the fact that those women that we complain about are a product of our absence. And I'm not even just talking about a physical absence. I think if you just don't be in the home, follow a code, follow some kind of like product of integrity, like be actually present in the household and actually impart something on your children.
Yep,
actually
100% have to.
And I think that was the idea, was that originally in the content it was the calling for men to be better, And then the last part of his content was about when the men do finally get their stuff together, if they ever do, what that woman would look like that would complement a man that was to be on their grind. And that's when people got friction around that idea.
Well, the friction came because black women are the number one consumers. And they make the needle.
100%. But the idea, to Chris's point, is for that man to get to that point, and even for a man to continue to even elevate to the next level, I still believe the power is in that family.
For sure.
A dope
100%.
woman should take that man that's on his purpose and be able to connect with that man, and they should be able to elevate to that next gear. We should all be aspiring what we saw back in the 80s, even with the Huxtables. You should be able to have a woman that connects in and really centers that black family, that woman that can be that anchor to be able to raise the next generations of black queens and black kings. And then that's why I've always said I've never been against it. I love these ideas of these black type Wall Street type neighborhoods. I love the idea when the black doctor stays next to the black lawyer. Like I've always been fascinated with that idea, and I still believe those things happen because it happens where? In the Jewish communities, in the Asian communities. That's why you have that, because they're going to school with the doctor's kids, with the lawyer's kids, and they're able to build
And
that
they're
community.
linking up too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Whole network.
It's just a cycle.
100%.
Whole network, bro.
Y'all boys cooking. I ain't got nothing to say. But I do. I was listening to something the other day, and it was like, obviously media does play a big part. That's why we're talking about Kanye and all this, right? But they were talking about. You brought up the Huxtables. You brought up Bill Cosby. The Jeffersons, they were married, they lived together. That was the whole show. And then when we were growing up, you had Martin, Living Singles, and he misquoted it, but he said on Martin, the show ended when they got married. Jamie Foxx, the show ended when they got married. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that happens. And then we grow up thinking like, oh, the fun part is when I'm single, when I'm out here doing whatever, and having a family isn't really the goal. You know what I'm saying? Now, I grew up with a real life version of the Huxtables to look at. So I was like, oh shit, I want to aspire to see that. I want to have that. But for the most part on TV, I don't know, we really didn't have that other than the Cosby Show. And I mean, what y'all think?
That's why the imagery is so important. That's the stuff that I was talking about on episode 3, bro. Like what we see on this television.
Deep cut.
On this television, bro, is important. It's not necessarily. I don't even want to go there, but I agree with what you're saying.
100%.
What you see when you're coming up is very important, and it creates that cycle that we're talking about.
And not just that, media is also music. I mean, a lot of times,
the music is crazy.
Like I had a mentor tell me that even with certain type of music, we've actually tied validation to being single and having multiple women and being able to have those things go in our favor. So that's how we grew up as even being validated as men. And sometimes when you looked at that being the validation, it really changes the way you consume your resources, how you go, 18, 19 years old, I got to go get to the bag.
Yeah, what you think is
anybody
valuable.
means necessary, because we believe that if I did this, it's going to negate more women. That's going to continue to validate me as a man. So
Bro,
no,
the
100%.
music I was listening to when I was young wasted me so much time, bro. If I was listening to the shit I was listening to now back then, be in a totally different space.
If I was listening to the shit I'm listening to now, they'd kill somebody. These little niggas is crazy.
No, but
No, I'm talking about the stuff that they're. I believe there's a wave of like more like morally based music.
Oh yeah, no,
financially literate music coming out now.
I agree.
But back then, you just wanted to get up on something, and it wasted a bunch of time.
Yeah, no, but I honestly, and like to me, that is still like one of my passions is that I still think when we talk about aiding the black family, you have to continue to invest and to look at things that help close the economic gap. Like you have to look at like home ownership. You have to look at education. You have to look at how kids that are at risk for not being able to go out there and get a trade or get a skill to really provide for the family. I think as long as you have scarcity of resources, you're going to continue to have a degradation of the black family. You're going to have murder rates continue to be high. You're still going to have abortion rates be high because it's a and I know everybody hears this and they don't like it, but it's the truth. It's really a crab mentality.
Yeah.
As long as you continue to have a crab mentalities are born out of lack of resources.
For sure.
So like if you're talking about really aiding the black family, it's not just this idea of like men do this, men do that. It's really, you got to close the economic gap, because when there's resources there, it brings families together. Money is to me one of the biggest fractures in the black community. Period.
That knowledge, I'm with you on the knowledge gap.
But you said this earlier. Knowledge gaps, when there's usually a knowledgeable person, knowledge creates resources.
Yeah, right.
And money.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes.
So the two are connected.
I just like look at how I have daughters. Even just the thought of the sex talk is like, it makes me cringe, but even still, I think we gotta get over that bullshit, yo.
Yep.
Like, I think a lot of the times we are getting intercepted by the television way too much. We're getting intercepted by the students at the school too much. Mm-hmm. We gotta be comfortable and make those topics comfortable with the family, where it's not necessarily the friends at school teaching them about this stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I think it was, I don't know if it's the podcast, somebody asked me one day, like, what would I say to my daughter about sex? And like, it was like this idea, like first and foremost, all obviously safe sex, not getting pregnant, all that kind of stuff. But the idea of like really understanding the value that you have when you make a decision sexually, and understanding this real idea of like the partners that you choose. Like I'm a big believer, and I've said this before, about women being hypergamous, because I do believe that if women were more conscientious of the men that they sleep with, it would actually create
Better men.
Better men.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the fact that you go out and have sex with men that don't have a lot to offer almost validates the man that I don't have to do much to have
And they
access
stay,
to you.
yeah, they stay
Put the
right
camera
by
on
the
me right
pocket.
quick. Because we've been saying this for like 100 episodes. If y'all stop fucking Ray that don't have nothing, he might go get something. Well, he's been saying it till he's blue in the face. We done said it in 100 episodes.
Go ahead, Chris.
But in order to be selective, we need a culture to create that criteria.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it has to be from both sides.
1000.
Men have to be selective too. We have to tell men, hey, these are the
ooh,
women.
my
These are the
God,
women
no.
that you should be having sex with.
Absolutely.
But see, because what I try to shoot Lydia some bail in the comments. Because, right? Yeah, I did. Because I put, I thought the light went out or something. I felt like, y'all didn't see that?
Man, if you don't,
Continue.
you took off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We just got into cruising altitude. The stewardess is going to hit the
Yeah.
highway, and we're going to give them some snacks. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Okay.
But
Lydia.
you know,
We're
because
shooting some
because
bail.
on the clip that's
Continue.
doing all right now, we were talking about this same conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "I'm swirly, and I wouldn't have sex with anybody because all the good men they're hard to find." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Well, you still letting Ray hit raw? You still letting Ray bust up in you?" And yeah, I might not have been as selective with who I was having sex with when I was younger, but I definitely wasn't shooting up nobody's club.
Yeah,
I can count on one hand how many girls I've done that
when I was a
with.
teenager, I used to buck
Sure.
on condoms, bro. Big box.
You know what I'm saying?
shooting up clubs?
So,
No, I'm talking about buck on condoms.
Oh,
Like, I used to
okay,
go-
I'm about to say.
but that's what I'm saying. But so, in some way, because it's hard to talk about this conversation and be like, don't do this and don't do that. And it's like you said, bro, I did it. I can't
Right.
say I didn't, but I know I was selective with like, I don't want to get her pregnant.
I think that's how you start the convo, though.
You know what I'm saying?
I think as parents, like, I'm not saying, I'm just gonna say my idea of parents. My idea of parents, we don't level with the kids. We don't necessarily start off with our mistakes.
Yeah.
And then when we tell them stuff, they're like, yo, you ain't live, you know what I'm saying? You ain't live that. It's almost like the rappers that ain't live their bars. They're looking at us like, why you telling me this?
Your
If
parents
I
don't
come
tell you
off
their
to and be
mistakes
like,
until
yo,
you're grown.
Right. If I come off and say, hey, I did this, that, and the third, and I don't think you should do this, that, and the third because of this, and I think you should do this, they'd be like, oh man, dad did this, and he told me the consequences of that. So it connects to them. They have something to connect the whole
resonates
thing
a
to.
little bit better with
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
But then, like Chris just said it too, being comfortable enough to have this conversation. I don't feel like my father was that comfortable with me until we was grown.
Yep.
And we could sit down, and now we have great conversations about everything. We talk about like life in general, and he be gleaning off me too. Like we learning from each other still.
Right.
But if we was that comfortable earlier, you know, instead of him laughing when he seen the condoms in my bag, he could have had a real sit down. with
Right.
me. Like, what you really
Bro, I
doing out
ain't
here?
never had that talk with my dad.
Nah, me neither.
Never.
Never.
Another. I was a dirty dick nigga. I ain't gonna.
What is what?
I was in the crib.
He already talked about this.
No, my dad came up the stairs, seen me clapping cheeks, bro.
Oh,
Went
yeah,
downstairs,
you said
called
that.
me. He was like, "Hey man, what you doing?" I'm like, "Bang, bang, bang." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Come downstairs." But he ain't really. We didn't talk after that at all about it.
I have a similar
So
story.
He actually-
what'd you come downstairs and do?
He just was like, "You disrespectful. Why we in the house?" That's all he said to me. We didn't have no kind
Yeah,
of
no,
real.
I
That was the
don't know
opportunity
if
missed
I don't even know. If
Yeah,
they
that's what I'm
even knew
saying.
to
Like
say,
those are
bro.
we could have been comfortable then.
But that goes back to like even like deeper, and we're probably going down a rabbit hole. But like families in general, how we learn to communicate with tough topics actually translates to relationships, translates to our families. So like me, even the idea like when I talk to someone and someone says, "Hey, you don't communicate this," or "You're not very," like I didn't come from a world of we just sat there and talked.
talk.
about
Right.
it.
Right.
We didn't go around and like even if something bad happened, we just moved on.
Our parents
Right,
avoided
right,
shit.
So like,
Right.
so it was
Swept
like
that bitch under the rug.
So like people think that you're just gonna shift that overnight. No, I'm not. That's like I come from a world where even as a man, it was
Better
like
thug it out.
Yeah.
deal with it and move the fuck on.
Our
thug it out.
parents swept things under the rug to like I think they were like hiding things.
they thought
away
they were
from us.
shielding it
Yeah,
from us.
but what they were
that's
doing
not-
were weakening us.
Right.
Like for stuff that was going to
But you're
happen
not
later
going to
on in
change
life.
that.
We
You're
weren't.
not
We
gonna
weren't.
change that overnight.
Right, no, absolutely
No,
not.
but
You
I'm
better
saying,
keep it in the house,
women
too.
think
You don't go
will,
outside
though.
and talk about
They
it.
think
No.
they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? You don't want to share your feeling.
No, it's a
Like,
process.
I never had to share my feelings. My dad used to tell me I didn't have feelings. Suck that shit
It's
up.
literally stuff that's in your subconscious mind. So you have to go down there and like really sift through that stuff, yo. And it is a process.
And honestly, though, what's crazy is that it's not always necessarily complementary or congruent to where you need to be at that current moment. I might be doing something at work this week. I don't want to be, like you said, down in my subconscious trying to figure out what happened when I was 10. And I got a presentation on Thursday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's just not
Break down crying during the presentation.
But Willie, I think you got to think about that with what are we working for? Are we working for those luxuries of being able to just be by yourself and really have that peace and meditate and do all those things?
Absolutely.
Or are we just rolling through life?
Yeah.
I feel like we should be like, yo, what's the product of what I'm doing every day for 8 hours?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? How is it paying me outside of just some money that I'm pouring right back into the economy?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You boys came to pod today. God damn, I'm gonna get.
And I'm gonna say that too with them checks. If Biden sent out them student loan checks, y'all don't go crazy, y'all.
You know they're gonna go crazy.
No, what's going to happen, Chris? Like, come on now.
And
It's gonna be PPP all over.
And I
again.
personally feel like you shouldn't give it to your damn student loans. Fuck them. Because that's all they really doing is handing money from the government back to these companies. That's really all it is.
100%, yeah.
Sally
Take the
Mae
money
is
and go
going
do
to
something smart with
assassinate
it. Fuck
Chris
them.
Ferguson.
Come on,
I know. I'm sorry. I'm like, yo, he must be stopped.
Fuck them, yo. Fuck nasty.
But that's the whole point of stimulus checks, though.
Look, the amount of money that them niggas is owed, I would offer you.
It's just a blanket way of
No. They not old. They created a whole thing
It don't matter.
to create loans and.
That's my point, though.
Yeah.
They want that check.
Right. Yeah,
I'm
nah.
off in Featherston if it was me. If
Yeah,
you owe $44 billion and you got a nigga telling you not to pay you.
Yeah, fuck them.
They've been getting over for mad long.
That's not how they feel about it.
Well, we're gonna wrap. Are y'all watching anything that's interesting that the people might want to know? Is there anything else y'all want to talk about before I close this
What am I
down?
watching?
Like TV?
I got some animes on
Love
my
is
Love is Blind is back on. There you go.
I got to watch that.
Intergalactic was fire.
I told you.
Yes.
If you haven't and you got a young lady that you want to chill with, Intergalactic is the perfect
Fire.
movie to set that vibe.
Fire.
Kid Cudi humming in the background, and next thing you know,
What's that on?
And if she's not wifey material, you shouldn't be doing none of that. No. If she don't cover a certain criteria, ain't no clapping going on, bitch.
Look, how we say that? How can he? Right. It's him, bro.
it is me. I know I'm the problem.
I like it, Chris. They congruent. Dick discipline.
Right.
No, I'm with him.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
All my Netflix and chilling is in house.
No, but I like what Chris
See?
Now she's not.
No, see? No, listen. I'm about to clean it up.
Say about dick discipline.
Oh, wait up, hold up. Let me go. Let me fix this. I still set the same vibes. Like, no, you still gotta date your girl. I still set those same
But
vibes.
what you said
So
is-
sometimes I want to Netflix and chill like I was out in the
I like what
streets.
Chris said.
Y'all trying to play me. Y'all know what I mean.
Chris was like,
Chris, make sure she covers your first 5 before you give her anything.
That's 100.
Exactly.
That's 100.
I respect that.
No, I tell her, Chris, make her wait.
We do got to get like that. I
Yes.
think once we get like that, shit will get
And
better.
I'm the one. And I'm the one
I
saying.
endorse Chris.
I know, but I endorse Chris, but I'm also here to talk to the real people
Wait,
out
Chris,
there.
before we go, how long do you make them wait in general? Like just for
sex?
young men out there.
Until we figure out what kind of criteria they got. Shit.
All I'm saying is for the yeah, thank you.
60 days minimum.
No. You can, but Willie, we can speak from men from hindsight perspective. I'm married, so I mean, I stumbled and bumbled to get there, but I'm speaking for somebody.
But if you were
who-
out here, how long would you make
if I was out here,
Yeah.
Single Chris
it would
with
take-
the money you getting now.
it would take
7 hours.
Thank you, Lon.
And you're in the gym every day.
In the gym, lean as fuck.
Thank you.
No, I think
Taking the pictures, he's like this. Yeah.
7 hours. You're lying, bro.
I think it would be subjective to the woman and what we.
See,
Someone
how they trying to do me? Look how they trying to do me.
No, I'm not.
Look.
No.
That criteria didn't matter at all, nigga. Lying,
Just
accident. What I was gonna say before I got cut off was just don't shoot her club up, man. Pull the fuck out.
No, they don't have that. I'm trying to tell you.
Pull out.
Kadeem, no. But you saying that? I said this for the women. The same person who lacks the discipline of being
You know I'm
selective.
team wrong.
Those
things exist.
Who lacks the discipline for using a condom?
Tell them
Nigga, it's
no.
the same.
No, I
it's all
agree with Chris.
connected.
I want to endorse men telling women no. I agree with Chris. Dick discipline. 60-day minimum.
Chris said that, and then because then he switched up and said it depends on the woman.
Hey,
60-day minimum.
but for real, Willie, I was talking to Crystal about this. I was like, I think we should impart the wait till marriage thing. I'm not trying to say everybody's gonna stick to it. It's almost like our rule on the
All the tail he done got.
Hold on.
I know all the tail.
No, we're not gonna do this. No, we're not gonna do this. No, we're not gonna do. I didn't do it.
Right.
I'm not looking for my kids to do the same thing I did. You're not looking, but you're not looking for Sienna to do the same thing you did.
I'm
Are
not,
you?
and she's not my son. But if I had a
It
son,
don't matter.
I agree. I'm gonna try to preach dick discipline if I have a son.
I'm gonna stop putting y'all hands in my space.
But I do think Chris is on something. I do think that we have to impart into men to be more selective about the people we soul tie with.
I agree.
I do believe, even if it's aspirational.
We have.
These sage burning ass light skinned niggas in my
No, I didn't say nothing about soul tie. I am saying, Willie said that. I'm talking about. Hold on. I am talking about.
The LSA. I hate them.
Men have.
myself on the spot.
We're judging you.
Men have just as much to lose with sex as women do. Period.
Agreed.
No. More.
I would say more.
I say more.
No, it is more.
I say
Excuse me.
more.
It is more.
A woman can die.
Based
bro.
on the law and
they
the
can die.
More.
They can die.
Yo, not from just sex. We both.
I'm talking. Okay,
You talking about
I'm
crack?
I'm talking about the end result.
Died from the child support payment.
I know.
Hey, I think that would be a sucky way to die. People always talk about it. I think that would be a horrible way to die.
Die too.
What if you didn't nut yet
That's terrible.
and you caught a heart attack? You was just about to. And she fine too.
I think that happened in a movie I was watching one time.
Kevin Samuels died like that allegedly.
No, they killed him.
In the
But go
jail.
ahead.
No, they definitely killed Kevin Samuels. I'm not rolling, bro. They definitely killed.
Hey,
All right, I gotta wrap this up. Y'all gonna take us down a real
Stop
conspiracy
drinking
rabbit
all
hole.
them fucking Red Bulls.
Yeah.
Get you some fucking sleep.
He did
Get
drink
you
a lot
some
of Red
sleep.
Bull.
Yeah,
No,
in the episode.
he did drink.
Kevin Chris.
No, 100%. We said it up here before.
Red Bull killed him. No.
He said Red Bull. He said they killed.
Like the black woman
Okay.
together killed Kevin.
Yo, they might have.
killed him. Sure.
They pulled up.
No.
We don't protect each other. See?
Oh my God.
I'm with Chris.
I hope y'all enjoyed this show,
Kevin.
man. Just another podcast, episode 119. I enjoyed y'all today. That was great.
I can't believe they killed Kevin.
I can't. It's 119.
Kevin, no.
Get off the show,
Nah, rest in
man.
peace, rest in
Hey,
peace,
we
rest in
out,
peace,
man.
rest
We
in
out.
peace.
We out.